Here. We ready for a break, or you need some more time? All right. Let's throw it to Coach's Corner. Quick timeout. When we come back, I sat down with Coach Wayne Lee. We talked about last week's game against Calera and the big game against the Arabian Knights tonight on the road here at Arab. Stick around. Coach's Corner coming up. It's Panther football on 94.1 FM The River.
Your exclusive Bobcat dealer for East Central Alabama is Bobcat of Gadsden, and they're a full-line Bobcat dealer for construction and agriculture. They specialize in parts, service, sales, and rentals. And right now they have up to $3,000 in rebates on new purchases and great financing rates. Bobcat of Gadsden, same-day delivery on rentals, factory-trained service technicians, and they're ready to serve you. Call 256-563-4001.
Main Street Drugs in Pell City wants to serve you by providing fast and friendly service, convenient drive-through, and home delivery. All major insurance plans are accepted, including workman's comp claims, free COVID vaccines, and wellness checks for PHIP insurance plans, including spouses by appointment. And the gift shop has everything you need to show your team pride. Football spirit wear, game day jewelry, stadium bags, hats, home decor, and more. Like them on Facebook. Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop, your hometown drugstore.
I was finally ready to buy my first home after renting for the last several years. As I started my search, I got overwhelmed by how many websites and confusing listings there are. That's when I found the experts at ERA King. To me, ERA means expertise, reliability, and activity. I depended on them to find a home in my budget, and they didn't stop working until the keys were in my hands. ERA King. To us, it means always doing the right thing for every client. What will ERA mean to you? Find out at eraking.com.
Looking to break free with internet that will not hold you back? Only Hargray offers the fastest internet in town with unlimited data as well as local service and tech support. Try Hargray stress-free with no contracts and a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you want speed, reliability, and great value, call 205-350-9885. Go to hargray.com for more and switch to Hargray today. Welcome into Coach's Corner. Adam Stocks along with Wayne Lee, head football coach for our Pell City Panthers, as the trifecta of road games, part one, is going to come to a conclusion tonight. We're going to go up 231 North for about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, and go to Arab, and we'll talk about that game coming up in just a couple of minutes. But let's relive a little bit of the Calera game. Man, I'll tell you what, that first half, it was almost like watching a heavyweight fight, you know, just throwing haymakers and scores left and right, and the final score was Calera 56, Pell City 21. But that first half, a lot of scoring going on.
Yeah, way too much for our liking, but yeah, the big plays, you know, that was the key in that game right there. If we could have eliminated the big plays and stuff like that, we could have kept it closer right there. Just a situation where we just somewhat got overwhelmed by overall team speed in that game, and we didn't make the adjustments we needed to make, and we didn't make some plays we needed to make, and some of the bad things that happened right there, you know, one play drives. We kicked the ball. Of course, we had talked about last week we weren't going to kick it to 1 and 15. We kick it short. Really, Jake kicked it exactly where we wanted him to kick it. Number seven, whoever he is, picks it up and goes to the house. Just things like that we can't do. We're really led to our demise Friday.
Yeah, I think going into the locker room at the half when Scott was talking to you, one of the big, really turners in that first half was the momentum swing when we had it deep in their territory, and it was the pick six. That seemed like, I mean, all the air came out at that point.
Yeah, I think I'm close to this. They scored on the opening drive, then we took it down and scored. They've got it. We intercept it down there deep. Then we turn around and throw a pick six. Yeah, that was I think it might have been even 14-7. We were going in to tie it up. But yeah, that's a big swing right there. That's really a 14-point swing right there.
What'd you tell the guys in the locker room at the half?
Well, as we went on through the half right there, scoring right before half and coming back to get the ball in the second half, hey, just keep on doing what we're doing, and all of a sudden we can get right back in this game. And we didn't do that, but that's what we talked about at halftime, was just continuing on, especially on offense, and in defense trying to get them stopped.
Yeah, we talked about him quite a bit. We called his name out a lot on offense and on defense. Colin Smith, wide receiver / defensive back, and Lance and I were talking during the course of the ball game. Tommy Moss, I think, the last receiver that we can remember going over 200 yards. That close. Colin Smith, 8 receptions, 196 yards. He had a touchdown. He also had 3 rushes for 16 yards, so over 200 all-purpose yards. He's really coming into his own on offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing that Colin brings is that word we keep trying to preach to the kids all the time, consistency. Colin's given us five good games. I mean, that's what we've got to have out of everybody. Now, that one was a big game, and you can't count on games like that all the time, but yeah, he's just consistent out there. I mean, if you throw him the ball, you feel like he's going to catch it. If you hand him the ball, he's going to get positive yards. And when he doesn't have the ball in his hand, probably one of the bigger things he's done, and I'm sure y'all have commented on it on the air and stuff, he blocks his tail off out there when we're running the football.
You look at the scoreboard, final score 56-21, but going back and looking at film defensively, what did you see that were the positives?
I feel as though we probably tried to do too much to try to take number one away, and we let the quarterback have too many plays. We let 15 have too many plays. We let 6 have too many plays, and it was just we focused in, and the kid's good, don't get me wrong. Number one deserves all the attention, but we didn't put enough attention on the other guys, and I think that hurt us right there. But positively, we had some guys that played pretty good on that side of the ball. I think, Drew's coming back off the injury. He's getting better and better and better right now, so we're always going to count on Carlos to have a good game and stuff like that. So, yeah, we did do some good things out there. We did get some stops right there. The interception, Bossy's interception right there. I mean, he drops into coverage right there. And if Bossy was a speedster, he's a linebacker. He's not. I mean, he got to the sideline like he was supposed to. And, so we did do some good things.
At the end of the ball game, what'd you tell the Panthers?
Hey, guys, this one right here, usually we have a 24-hour rule. We had like a 24-second rule. I mean, that was a non-region game. You want to win every game, but, hey, focus immediately on, these next few games, region games right now. You got to get your mind right for those.
Yeah, and a big region game tonight against the region leader, the Arab, the Arabian Knights, coming in 5-1 overall, 3-0 in region play. This could be a big win for Pell City. So let's take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will talk about tonight's game up 231 North, Arab and Pell City. Stick around. Coach's Corner continues, brought to you by Wood Surfside Marina on 94.1 FM The River. Hi, I'm Adam Stocks, owner of 94.1 FM The River. Thanks for watching high school football here on our social media platforms, whether you're watching Pell City or Springville. Also want to thank our advertisers who support us and allow us to bring this product to you absolutely free of charge. You pay nothing to watch this broadcast thanks to our advertisers. So if you need their services, please give them a call. If you know them or you're around town, stop by, let them know that you appreciate them supporting our communities and our teams, and we ask that you do the same. If you have a business that you would like to get in front of nearly 20,000 eyeballs every Friday night, between Pell City and Springville, nearly 20,000 views for these two football broadcasts, you can shoot us an email, adamstocks@theriver941.com. That's adamstocks@theriver941.com. Go Panthers, go Tigers.
Thinking about buying your first home? Then Coosa Valley Mortgage can help you unlock the door to home ownership. With first-time home buyer programs that can put you in the home of your dreams. Conventional, FHA, USDA, VA, or construction perm options. Call 205-884-2665 or visit CoosaValleyMortgage.com to see what Coosa Valley Mortgage can do for you. Coosa Valley Mortgage, we've got you covered.
Equal housing lender, NMLS 198757.
Since 1989, Metro Bank has continued to build on the philosophy of friendly, caring bankers that work to meet the needs of everyone in the community. Whether it's personal or business checking, investment accounts, consumer and commercial lending, home mortgages, equity lines of credit, and more, Metro Bank would love the opportunity to serve you. Come home to us. Metro Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Good Game Company has been a mainstay in St. Clair County and far beyond since 1955. A strong supporter of local schools and charities, Good Game Company is a believer in giving back to its communities. With nearly 100 employees, their projects include Honda of Alabama, Benjamin Moore, WKW, Metro Bank, and the All-American Ford. Good Game Company, proud to support local athletics and academics.
Welcome back to Coach's Corner. Adam Stocks and Wayne Lee, head football coach for our Pell City Panthers, as we enter the second half of the season. Hard to believe that we are going into the second half. And as I mentioned in the first segment here on Coach's Corner, that this is the third in the trifecta of road games. And unfortunately, this is Chapter 1. Next week, our final game here at Pete Rich Stadium against Springville. And then 3 road games. We're going way north again, up to Huntsville, basically, for 3 games in a row. So, Arab, no short trip in itself, Coach. And we were just talking off the camera. What time you guys going to leave? How's that going to unfold with an hour and 45-minute trip?
We're gonna eat at 2 o'clock. They'll report the 7th period. Mr. Garris is going to call them out. We'll go to the lunchroom. Cropwell Baptist is feeding us, so we'll eat at 2. Come down, make sure do a second run on the packing, make sure everybody's got their helmets, cleats, all that stuff, and then give the traffic a chance to get out of here at school. And we're going to try to hit the road at 3:15. Like you said, an hour and 45 minutes or so. Pull up at 5, and our first group, they'll get dressed, and our first group's on the field at 6. So time-wise, if all stays according to plan, we should be pretty good.
Now, it's been a couple of decades since Pell City and Arab have squared off, and I think maybe even last time we played, we were in the same region as again. I remember going 20, 21 years ago and calling the games up there. The old facility, they built new facilities, and again, we were talking off mic, the last 2 weekends for Pell City, not exactly the Taj Mahal for the visiting crew at Calera. I'll call it is a dump. It was a brick building and not much in it. You couldn't get all your guys in there. The facilities were horrible for you guys. The week before that, we're at Oxford, and they got a garage overhang and 2 portalets out there for you guys underneath the tree during halftime and the end of the game. So, yay, at least we get to go inside to a decent facility this time.
Yeah, I hope our guys don't freak out and fall out and everything, so we got our own field house in our end zone down there. So, yeah, no, it's a really nice park up there. Arab's built a new turf field, brand new stadium and everything. It's really nice. Really.
So let's talk about Arab a little bit. Again, a very good team, a very blue-collar team. They're 5-1 on the season coming into the game, 3-0 overall in the region. So they're the leaders in the region. Big game for Pell City. We're getting in the second half. We're still looking for region win number 1. These are the region leaders right now, and this is a gettable game, but a lot of blue-collar, hard-working kids out there for Arab. Talk about offensively first.
Okay, they're your description is as good as any I've heard on them right there. That's exactly what they are. Daylight and dark from last week. This team will huddle. They got a big, good offensive line up there. One of my good friends is the offensive line coach. I coached him and coached with him at Jacksonville State. Keith Henderson does a great job up there with that right there. But yeah, they're gonna try to line up. They want to line up, control the ball, take their time, march it down the field. They're willing to go, 15 plays down the field and score. And they, if you look at their scores, they 24-7, 21-7. We're not gonna get the ball a ton of times, but on offense, their quarterback makes it go. He's going to run it as much as he throws it, probably a little bit more. If all goes to their plan, he's going to run it more than he throws it. If it's up to us, we're going to try to make him throw a whole lot more than he runs. But the running back, solid running back, downhill. They're a downhill football team. They're not going to be running side. You're not going to see the side-to-side stuff that we saw last week in the speed like that. The receivers, we go from last week, receivers are guys that could absolutely fly that you can't tag in a phone booth, to some 6'3" guys out there. They got a couple of their basketball players out there, with some height right there. But yeah, they're definitely a blue collar. They want to just keep the ball, march it consistently down the field.
On the defensive side of the ball, what are they going to throw at us?
Their front 6 is all their wrestlers, and if anybody knows the history of wrestling in the state of Alabama in the last 6 or 7 years, that's been the place up there. So those guys, they're very aggressive up front on defense. I feel like we've got somewhat of an advantage on the outside out there. So, we're going to run the ball in there to keep them honest, to keep them, try to keep them in there. And then, our plays will come to our receivers and our speed on the outside Friday night.
Kyle Roughton, the defensive coordinator up there, longtime wrestling coach across the state, South Side, moved to Arab a couple of years ago, the defensive coordinator, and you just mentioned a bunch of heavyweight wrestlers out there on the line. Talk about that for a moment. Aside from being the head football coach, Coach Lee is also the athletics director, and the ability for the athletes to play more than one sport and what it does for a kid athletically.
is huge. I mean, it is huge. This is your fun time in life. After you graduate from high school, it gets real. And the more sports you can play, the better off you are. I mean, and if you look at it from a physical standpoint, each sport requires a different muscle group. And if you get a lot of these kids getting hurt that specialize in one sport, they're just working one set of muscles. They overwork them, they wear out, and then they don't work the other muscles, and that's what gets torn and stuff. So it's to be involved in several sports is huge. I think it helps the overall athlete.
Let's go back to Arab and special teams. What are they looking like?
One of the big receivers, one thing we got to watch for on the punt team, one of the big receivers is the punter, but here's the key. Their quarterback is the up back. So we got to be aware of any kind of possible thing right there. With him, anytime your quarterback's on the field, you got a chance to fake it and stuff like that. Their kicker, he's going to kick the ball to the right side to the 5-yard line every time he kicks off. We hope he doesn't do it much, but he is 5-yard line, right side of the field. That's happening. Punt return right there. We haven't seen them bring a lot of pressure. Not saying that they won't. They try to set up a return. So, we'll see on that right there. We're always going to practice as if people are going to bring pressure, because a block punt is a game changer. And also, we'll work on that and make sure we don't get one blocked.
Now, last week we went into the ball game. We didn't really talk about it on Coach's Corner. Don't want to give too much information out leading into the game. And once we started the pregame, we were there. We talked about some of the injuries, some of the key players that were out. And one of those was number 2, Kentrell Borden, who is a big-time player on the offense, defense, really all over the place. Special teams, he's a long snapper on special teams. Number 2's back tonight for Pell City.
Correct. He's back, and that's a twofold thing. One, yes, he's back, and he does make a lot of plays out there. And 2, the other guys know he's back. I mean, so that gives, we're getting a playmaker back. They know we're getting a playmaker back. That lifts them up too.
All right, let's take a quick timeout. When we come back, kickoff is right around the corner as we're broadcasting from Arab High School. Big region matchup between the Panthers and the Arabian Knights. Coach, good luck tonight.
Hey, thank you much.
Stick around. Kickoff coming up. Coach's Corner brought to you by Wood Surfside Marina here on 94.1 FM The River.
Whether you need storage for a jet ski or a full-size RV, Dooley's Boat and RV Storage is the only name you need to know. Offering the largest covered storage around Logan Martin Lake, they have 24/7 gated access and running state-of-the-art surveillance cameras. All units have power and water's available, and they also offer by-the-foot storage for jet skis and small vehicles. Dooley's Boat and RV Storage, Highway 231 South at 160 Lakeshore Drive in Cropwell.
When fire and water threaten your home, hand the cleanup over to the team that stays with you every step of the way in your journey back. ServPro, like it never even happened.
At Pell City Internal and Family Medicine, we provide a full range of healthcare solutions for all of your family members, from newborns to senior adults, with our board-certified physicians and medical professionals. Established in 2012, Dr. Barry Collins, Dr. Rick Jatani, and Dr. Alinka Presakaru are here to serve your medical needs now and into the future. Open 7 days a week at 41 Eminence Way in Pell City. Call 205-884-9000 or pcifm.com.
Discover the Diversicare difference at Diversicare Pell City, where we are a respected provider of post-acute healthcare services. Whether your medical needs are short-stay rehabilitation, complex medical care, or long-term care, Diversicare Pell City has a comprehensive team that is trained to administer high-quality healthcare. If you would like to learn more about Diversicare Pell City, call 205-338-3329 or visit diversicareofpellcity.com.
This is Teresa Carden with Lake Home Loans at Classic Home Mortgage. Our team works together to carry you to your goal to purchase or refinance for better rates, shorter terms, or cash out, or all three. Good luck to the Pell City Panthers for a winning season. Play-by-play and working together, you can win. Let our team take you play-by-play to your home loan goals. Teresa Carden, Classic Home Mortgage, 205-405-0603. That's 205-405-0603.
Back here at Arab, not the high school, but in Arab. We're a couple of miles away from the high school itself. They built a new stadium here about 3 or 4 years ago. Gorgeous facility. Adam Stocks along with Lance Bowman, along with Scott Elliott on the sidelines. We'll check in with him as we go through the evening, of course. Our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter. We got Alan Rowan running some stats for us tonight. Old DB, he is taking the night off. We got Madison and Michael on the cameras, and Tiffany Studdard here running our executive producing side, and we are high atop the press box at the brand new facility here in Arab. LB, how are you, man?
Oh, great, man. Doing great. Nice trip up here. Love the trip up 231 through Blount County and on the way here to Arab, Alabama for some high school football action.
Yeah, you can see we're up on the press box. A beautiful sunset just kind of behind us, west that away, and right off at 231, literally stone's throw or two over to 231, and you can't miss it. The lights out, beautiful facility. 20 years ago was the last time these two teams played up in Arab, and I remember calling the game at the old stadium, and this is a really, really nice complex that they put together. Great job, and been a long time since these two teams played. And region foes tonight, you got Arab leading the region, 5-1 overall, 3-0 in region play. The Pell City Panthers 1-4 overall, 0-2 in region play. Almost a must-win scenario tonight for the Pell City Panthers.
Yeah, I think if they want to have any idea, any thoughts of playing postseason, tonight really needs to be a win, and it's a tall order because we have Arab atop the standings, as we just saw there a moment ago, 3-0 in the region, 5-1 overall. You look at Oxford's record, 2-1. Southside also 2-1. And Pell City on the bottom right now at 0-2. Got to get that first region win, and it's a tall order.
Yeah, it is a tall order. I was talking about Arab, and just this is a bring your lunch pail to work kind of team. This is a blue-collar kind of team. Not going to be anywhere near the speed that we saw last week at Calera, but these guys are going to hit you in the mouth every play, and they're going to execute. And so we've got to hit them right back, and we have to execute on both offense and on defense.
Pell City started the year playing well on defense and really has struggled the last 6 quarters, going back to the second half of the Oxford game, and then, of course, last week against Calera, against a sensational athlete with a tremendous amount of speed. Pell City just couldn't contain him, and going to have to improve. Points been coming up a little bit. We've got to score in the 20s tonight to have an opportunity to win. Defense needs to come back and play like they played the first 3 games of the year.
Yeah, the Pell City Panthers, again, close to a must-win scenario. We've got Springville at home, our last home game of the season, and that is going to be next week. You see it right there on the screen. Springville then, and we go north quite a bit, at Fort Payne, at Scottsboro, and then at May Jemison. The region games tonight, Springville, Fort Payne, and Scottsboro. And again, these are really important games, Lance, if we want to extend our season into week number 11.
Yeah, and it starts tonight against Arab, and again, it's a tall order, 5-1, undefeated in the region. They've beat teams that have beaten us. So, and a trend you see there on the Panther schedules, we have the scores to the right side of the opponent. Adam, we've given up more points. It's week 6. We've given up more points every single week. We've got to reverse that tonight. Obviously, we can't give up 35 or 56 points again.
Yeah, Arab scoring about 30 to 31 points per game. And again, the guy that makes it go round, Ed Johnson, not a big kid by any means, 5'10", 175. But when you look what he's done on the ground and through the air, guys got 870 passing yards and 6 touchdowns, almost 600 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns. So the guy, we're going to have to put a spy on him. You know, we're going to have to be very disciplined when it comes to making sure he is covered, and then looking for the pitch man, looking for the RPO, looking for the play action. I mean, when you got a quarterback that's dangerous with his arm and with his legs, it can spell problems for your defense.
It really can. You can do everything right in terms of your coverage on the back end of the defense. Pressure is critical in terms of keeping the guy hemmed in, because obviously he's comfortable pulling it down and taking off. So it really is a tough call for your defense to keep a guy like that in check when he's got a dangerous arm as well as being able to run.
All right, we are going to check in for the first time tonight with our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter. There he is, end zone to the left, right at the A is where he is. Scott Elliott, what are you doing in the end zone over there, man?
Well, I figured I'd come out here and play in the north end zone a little bit, take a look at the not grass, but turf. This is a really, really nice turf, new turf. You may have mentioned it earlier. Just on the sidelines, there's a couple of little lumps, nothing major, but the field looks absolutely wonderful. It's going to be a great night of football. Just looking forward to it.
Yeah, this is the first year they have the turf on here. I think he said, I heard him in the background. We're literally right next to the speakers up here on top of the press box. I believe we're going to have the Alma Mater by Arab's band as you watch them out there. And this is kind of an odd thing. Let's get a shot of the end zone to our right. And you can see that not only do they have the band out here, but you see the football team over here in the end zone. And you see the players on the sidelines with the American flags holding them out. You see the other players in the back of the end zone. You know, most of the time during the pregame stuff, the players are, inside the locker room. I kind of like this right here. So the national anthem going to be after the alma mater here for Arab High School. We're going to keep it here until we get ready for the national anthem.
Yeah, I kind of like what you were talking about, Adam, in terms of the Arab football team. The Knights coming out onto the field, making that line on the sideline, and they're in the back of the end zone. You got probably a dozen players or so holding up American flags.
For just a moment of silence to reflect
we got a moment of silence here, and then we are going to take a listen in to the national anthem. Hey, Alan, will you do me a favor? Will you move that antenna down on the floor right there for me?
Thank you. The colors are presented tonight by the Arab Junior ROTC Color Guard. The Color Guard commander is Cadet Captain Dermer. The national colors are presented by Cadet Private Kearney. The state colors by Cadet Private Newby. The battalion colors are presented by Cadet Private First Class Kuby. And the rifle guards are Cadet Private Post and Cadet Sergeant Pitts. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem is presented by the Arab High Marching Band under the direction of Band Director Patrick Daly and Assistant Director Samantha James.
Nice rendition of the national anthem by the Arab Marching Band. When we come back, the coin flip. It's Panther football on 94.1 FM The River.
Since 2002, State Representative Randy Wood has been serving the people of District 36 with pride and integrity. Randy Wood also knows what it's like to run a small business, having owned and operated Wood's Auto Body Shop for years. And Randy also served in the Alabama National Guard. State Representative Randy Wood, a proud supporter of athletic and academic excellence in Alabama schools. And go Panthers!
If you're looking for a new primary care doctor, consider a Complete Health practice. As one of the largest independent primary care practices in the Birmingham area, there are several locations in St. Clair County. And as a Complete Health patient, you can expect excellent service and care centered on you. Visit them at CompleteHealth.com to find a practice nearest you. Complete Health. Patients first, always.
I'm Laurie Brazier, a realtor with Fields Gossett Realty right here in Pell City. I grew up on Logan Martin Lake and have many special memories of skiing, boating, and cookouts with family and friends. My husband and I bought our first lake home back in 1999, and that began an adventure of making new memories with our own children here in the beautiful Pell City area. I'd like to help you find a way to make memories in your new home. That's my specialty, listening to your needs and helping you buy or sell your own home.
We're back here at ARAB. Up 231, about an hour, 15 minutes, hour and a half or so, depending on whether you hit any school traffic or whatever else on the way up. Adam Stocks, Lance Bowman, Scott Elliott roving the sidelines. We got the coin flip coming up in just a couple of minutes. Here come the two captains for the Pell City Panthers making their way out on the field. So we'll get the coin flip coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Captains for Pell City tonight, number 9, Jaden Coleman, and number 14, Colin Smith. Colin with the big game last week, 4 yards shy of a 200-yard receiving game. We'll need just as much of an effort from him tonight. Pell City down their top 2 running backs, Adam. We'll talk about that as we go along. But Pell City having trouble running anyway this season, and now the injury bug has hit the Panther backfield. So definitely going to be needing to move the chains through the passing game tonight.
All right, you see Scott Elliott on the screen to the right there. The two captains for the Pell City Panthers about to make their way to the middle of the field. And remember, as we take a listen in, Pell City being the road team, so it's going to be the Panthers calling heads or tails. Our coin flip brought to you by State Farm agent Bart Perry. Got our starting lineup coming up here in just a second as well. Let's take a listen in as the White Hat gives instructions. Coin flip here.
Shake hands, introduce yourselves to each other real quick. I'm John. I'm Kyle. All right, gentlemen, we're expecting lots of sportsmanship out of both teams tonight, okay? All right. Heads and tails. Heads and tails.
Captains tonight
okay?
for the Panthers.
Now,
Number
before I
9
tell us,
is
don't you
Jaden
call
Coleman.
call loud
14
enough for
is
him to
Colin
hear.
Smith.
Tails.
For the
Tails
Host
is what
Radio
he called.
Knights. Number 6
Now,
is
if I drop
Jonathan
this, we'll do it
Pugh.
again, okay?
Number 12 is Ed Johnson.
It is
Number
tails. You won the
37 is
toss.
Jonah
You wanted to
Humphreys.
fire.
Number
Stay right there where you're
55
at.
is Brock
All right,
Johnston.
so you hear the Pell City Panthers. They call tails, and they win, and they want to defer to the second half. So the Panthers will be kicking off. Let's take a look at our probable starters for the Pell City Panthers tonight. That again brought to you by State Farm agent Bart Perry. At quarterback, on offense, Baylor Smith. In the backfield, Marquise Bedford, who started the season as a third-string running back. He's going to get the start tonight. The receivers, Carlos Herring, Caleb Gross, and Colin Smith, as well as Kentrell Borden back in the lineup. On the line, going from left to right, Mike Snow, Caden Aldridge, Byron Moon, Riley Searles, and Dedrick Scott. That's on the offensive side. On the defensive side of the ball, on the line, Matthew Swain, A.J. Wells, and Riley Searles. The linebackers, Drew Sisson, Hunter Otwell, Carlos Herring, and Brian Keller. The 3-4 defense making a return for Pell City. In the secondary, Caleb Gross, Kentrell Borden, Colin Smith, and Jaden Coleman are the starters tonight for the Panthers on offense and on defense.
That 3-4 look probably has everything to do with the quarterback and keeping him contained.
Yep.
Also, we talk about Pell City's defensive unit in terms of just having to improve over the last couple of outings. Really, the last six quarters, they've been shredded offensively. We're going to have to move the chains in the passing game. But it's great to have Kentrell Borden back.
So you see Arab making their way out onto the field. Lots of American flags by the Arabian Knights. The Pell City Panthers about to come through.
Arab definitely in touch with their Colts-style uniform. That's what that reminds me of. Pretty much identical besides the headgear. Looks like they have an A on one side of the helmet and maybe some type of sticker they give players for the Knights on the other side. Pell City in their road whites, white jerseys, white pants, everything trimmed in black and gold stripes with the gold Pell City logo trimmed in black on the side of the headgear, as Pell City has a very important game tonight, a game where hopefully we can win, but we definitely need to show improvement. We've been headed the wrong way the last couple of weeks. Need to get back on track tonight.
There, the Pell City High School Panthers making their way out onto the field to the far sidelines as we broadcast from the top of the press box, literally the top of the press box. Gorgeous new facility they built about 4 years ago here. This is the first year they have the artificial turf. Pell City High School marching band of gold. You see them in the upper right-hand corner. Hard to see that black. We'll, of course, have the halftime performance brought to you by Good Game Company. Have the cheerleaders a bunch as we go through the night tonight as well. Try to give you as much of the sights and sounds of a Friday night, more than just the players on the field.
Weather warmed back up this week across the state of Alabama, but it's still going to be a pleasant night for football. Still T-shirt weather even, but it's not hot, not sticky. Clear skies. Should be a lot of fun. Great-looking stadium here in Arab, and looking forward to a solid performance from the Panthers. To me, that's everything, Adam. Just seeing these guys not give up after the struggles that they've had the last couple of weeks, giving up 56 points last week. I'm really looking forward to seeing a team that's coming out with playing with more energy and more discipline tonight.
Yeah, we're not going to see the speed that we saw, especially out of number 1 and 15, the two receivers last week for Calera. As I mentioned just a couple of minutes ago, we're going to see some guys that bring their lunch pail to the football game on Friday night and that execute and will punch you in the mouth. You got to make sure you punch them right back and execute as well. You know, Panthers to come out of here with an upset win. I mean, we need everything from the play calling to be, outstanding from the coaches to the execution of the players to beat a well-disciplined team like the Arabian Knights here. And we can do it. I firmly believe we've got a shot at upsetting Arab, who's leading the region. High end-over-end kick. Third man at the 12 on the far side. And they're going to take over at the 30-yard line as they go from right to left here.
Calling Colin Smith's name for the first time. He had the huge game last week. He's improved every week. Last week we had him for 8 catches, 196 yards, a touchdown. There he makes the opening tackle on special teams. He'll play some defense as well. So nice to have Kentrell Borden, number 2 back. He'll be playing cornerback as well as wide receiver, but there's not going to be a play on this field tonight that won't be critical for Pell City. It was nice to see them execute on their kick coverage team there.
Yeah, the Pell City Panthers starting the game on defense. They'll get the ball coming out of the locker room. Big hole right side, close to the first down marker at the 40-yard line, and it looks like he's going to have a 10.5-yard gain, so that should move the chains.
Yeah, big hole opened up on the right side of that offensive line for Arab, and it will be enough to move the chains. They're going to give him a gain of about 11, 1st and 10 for the Arabian Knights.
Two receivers down low to the wide side, one up top. Here he comes in motion. It's the speed sweep, picking up a block right there. And the Panthers do a good job of hemming him up. First guy, Drew Sisson. We need to call his name a lot tonight.
Yeah, ideally you would like Hunter Otwell to be able to get a little bit more push in the defensive backfield. He was double teamed, so in his defense, he's not allowed to make the play, but we see Sisson come over from the linebacker position, and that's going to be a loss of 1. So nice job for Pell City's defense.
2nd and 11 on that loss of 1, as Lance just said. Out of the shotgun, quarterback is Ed Johnson, wearing number 12. Got a lot of stats. Look at that fake pitch. There's a stiff arm, and he's going to be drugged out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Brings up 3rd down and 6 for the Panther defense. This could be a good statement early in the ballgame for the Panther D.
This time it's Hunter Otwell again with the play coming his direction. He fights off the block, couldn't quite get a good shot in on the quarterback, does enough to slow him down for a second for some Panthers to come in and help him out. Should be about 6 for Arab on 3rd down.
There's a big 3rd. Let's see what the Panther D does here. Quarterback rolling. He's got some time. It's going to be complete. And diving down to the 46-yard line on 3rd and long, the chains will move and they convert.
Yeah, always something to keep an eye on. What our defense does on 3rd down or what they allow the offense to do. We see a conversion there on the first 3rd and 7. So 1 for 1 by Arab on 3rd downs and a missed opportunity for Pell City's defense to get these guys off the field. 9:51 left to go here in the first quarter.
Breaking the huddle, which you don't see a whole lot of more in high school football, but you're going to see it tonight out of Arab. Here comes the receiver in motion up top. Give to the lone back, and there again is Drew Sisson, first guy on the tackle. Just a 1-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 9. Just getting underway. If you're listening on the radio, we appreciate it. If you want to watch it, download our app. That's the easiest way. Go to the App Store, which is 94.1 FM The River, whether it's Google or Apple, and you can watch us and Springville. We also live stream Springville. Big game at Springville against Southside tonight. 2nd and 9 out of the shotgun. Empty backfield. Trips up top. 2 down low. Got an audible at the line. He's looking to Coach Lee Osment, the head football coach. Here comes the new play. Play clock down to 3, 2, 1. They get it off in time. There's a quick screen, and it's going to be dropped. And again, another 3rd down and long for the Panther defense.
Let's see what Pell City dials up. Catch a break there. You had a receiver who was open in the flat. Pell City's defense coming in pursuit, but he took his eye off the ball, looked downfield, and that's going to help Pell City again. First time 3rd and 7, they converted 3rd and 9 here. See what the Pell City defense can pull off.
Need a stop right here. This is not going to be a shootout. I don't anticipate a shootout like what we had last week. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think these are going to be 2 teams that are going to try to control the ball under some pressure. There's a throw. It's complete, and he is going to be on the curl just a tad bit short of the 1st down marker. 4th and about a half a yard, and Lance at the Panther 37. It looks like offense staying out.
Yeah, I think it's an automatic to go for it. They're not even going to huddle up. They're going straight to the line of scrimmage here.
Look out for the hard bark to try to get the easy 5. Quarterback under center. Again, looking to the sideline. Play clock at 16. Plenty of time on 4th and 1. The give to the lone back on the stutter step. Boy, the spin forward, it's right there. I'm looking at the referee, and I'm looking at the 1st down marker.
Woo. Should be short.
You think it's a turnover on downs? Let's see if we can get a replay.
Let me look at the spot.
There's a replay of it right here, Lance. Watch this right here. This spin right there. Oh, depends where he goes down.
Spot was a little bit better than I anticipated. I still think he's short.
Oh, boy, it's close, guys. Let's get a tight shot of that.
Should be short by about 6 or 7 inches.
All right, let's see what we got. I hope Scott is right. It is short, yes. So a great defensive stand for the Panther defense for their first time out on the field. And here comes the offense. And look, it's no secret. Our offense at times has been anemic, and I think that's putting it kindly sometimes. We have to take care of the ball. We have to take advantage of any gifts that are given to us, and we have to have some good sustained drives and put some points up there.
We need 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
We need 3 touchdowns tonight. It's so much better when you get 20 points or above in high school football. You wouldn't believe how much a team's record improves when they can break that 20-point threshold.
There's a quick pass near side. It's complete to Carlos Herring, hanging on to the jersey as the defender. And Carlos makes the catch, good for a couple of yards. 2nd down and 8 up to the 39. We're just getting underway, 7:45 left to go first quarter. And this is the first offensive series for the Panthers tonight.
We need to be better on first down. We need, 2 yards, not where you want to be. That's something to keep an eye on as well. But, again, what a great stand by our defense to get Arab off the field.
Colin Smith split down low. There's the pitch on the option. Look at the big hole right there by the sophomore running back. Hang on to the ball across midfield. Into Arab territory goes number 10, Marquise Bedford, for a Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop first down.
Yeah, and it happened on the ground, as we'll see on the replay. Takes the pitch from his quarterback. Nice job by the Panther offensive line. That's huge. If we can get yardage on the ground, that is something I really didn't expect from the way that we've struggled recently, but a nice job there. 1st and 10 for Pell City from their 45.
Out of the shotgun is Baylor Smith. There's a quick pass going up high. Kentrell Borden returning back to the lineup after being out last week, and he pulls down the catch for a 2-yard gain down to the 43-yard line.
If the pass isn't a little high, he may cut that inside. I think the way the ball took him high and to the outside, as you see on the replay, I think more yardage was potentially on the cut up inside, but he kind of had to regroup himself on the high pass.
2nd down and long for Pell City from the 43 as we're going from left to right, watching from the press box here. Play action. It's complete again to Herring. Ball's on the turf. Somebody get on that thing, and Smith does, the quarterback. But we're going to lose. And again, this is, as I was talking about, we have to execute to beat Arab. We can't have things like that happen and beat a very good and disciplined Arab team.
Yeah, that time Herring's so close to the line of scrimmage that he kind of cuts right back into a lot of traffic. Maybe you get something there if it's well blocked. That time he gets the ball poked away, and now it's Pell City an extremely 3rd and long, 3rd and 12.
3rd and long. Trips down low. It's Smitty to the bottom of the screen. Again, there is this quick pass. Carlos Herring picking up a block from Smitty at the 40 down to the 39-yard line. No field goal. Kind of too close to punt. I say keep the O out there.
Yeah, I don't even think they're going to think about it. Offense remaining on the field. It's so tough that Herring lost his footing there as he was cutting. He might have had a few more yards in him. It's going to be 4th and 4 here for Pell City.
Offsides would give a first down on a hard bark. And he's trying. He being Baylor Smith, the quarterback. Play clock at 15. Here comes a new play. On 4th and 4. We're scoreless. 5:10 left to go first quarter. Play clock now down to 6. 5. Out of the shotgun. Play clock at 1. There is a snap on the play action. Smith looking. Throws across the field, and he hits Smitty at the 25. Hit hard right there, and that will be a Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop first down. We got a flag at the 42-yard line, y'all. Oh, ineligible receiver by the Pell City Panthers. Again, twice we shot ourselves in the foot this drive.
Let me tell you one of the things that happens, Adam, there potentially, though. The play that Baylor completed, which was really well done by him, probably was not the design play. You probably had it going out to one of your receivers quickly that was covered. Your linemen get downfield when that happens, and that's how you get that ineligible receiver downfield. Play doesn't go as executed, so they end up getting further downfield than they intend to after the ball is thrown.
So now on 4th and 9, out comes Blackstone. They don't put anybody back to return the punt. A little bit of pressure. Oh, look at that kick by Blackstone. That's a sweet one. Let's get that thing down. Oh, trying to get it was Caleb Gross, but can't get to it in time. Nice one. Talking about the punter, Jake Blackstone, and Coach Wayne Lee talked specifically about him when we were talking yesterday about how he has really improved in the first half of the game from, he's just a sophomore, from kicking the ball about 25 yards in the air, and right there we saw a 50-yarder, and most of that was in the air.
Yeah, it was a great kick. Unfortunately, it would have been time for one of the 25-yarders because it rolled into the end zone, going to bring it out to the 20. But still, great job by Blackstone. Pell City defense back on the field after a great opening stand.
Scoreless here on the quarterback keeper, picking his way through the defenders at the 25 to the 26-yard line. A 6-yard gain for Johnson, the quarterback. 4.5 left to go here in this first quarter. We're scoreless, Pell City and Arab.
Herring and Hunter Otwell in on the tackle for Pell City.
Second and 4. There's the give to the big back, and he's going to get close to the first down marker, but not quite there. 3rd and a yard at the 29 of Pell City.
Yeah, nice job by Brian Keller. He comes up and puts a good firm hit on the running back not to allow him to get any more than 3. So 3rd and 1. Be great for somebody to make a big play, tackle for a loss here for Pell City.
Let's see what we got right here. 3 down linemen. Quarterback draw. It's going to be enough for a first down. He spins up to the 32, make that 33-yard line, so the chains will move for Arab with 3:29 left to go in the first quarter. We're scoreless.
Yeah, not poorly defended by Pell City at all. We had a shot, but, obviously with just a 1 yard to go, you got to get him on that one shot in the backfield. Couldn't quite corral him. He'll spin out of a few tackles for the first down. 1st and 10 from the 33 now as we're about to go under 3 minutes in the first quarter. Still no score.
Out of the shotgun, 2 receivers down low, 1 up top. There's the pitch. Panthers do a great job of just making sure nothing was there. One of the guys didn't make the tackle, but Hunter Otwell needs to be credited with it.
Yeah, it's what we were talking about earlier in the game. Otwell, what you're going to see, he turns it in. He keeps containment, turns it in, allows Sisson, the linebacker, to come in and get the tackle. Great job by Otwell, as you said, Adam, by recognizing the play, getting upfield, turning the running back inside.
2nd down and 12 on the 2-yard loss. Ball back at the 31. 2.5 left to go first quarter. We're scoreless. Panthers and the Arabian Knights. There's a long screen pass far side. Not much there. Great job by the defense of Pell City.
Carlos Herring quickly to the football. They're going to lose even more yardage. It's going to be 3rd and probably around 13 or 14 yards. Nice job by the Panther defense. We see Herring immediately just blowing that play up.
Let's go down to Scott Elliott. What you got?
Going to give you game time conditions. 72 degrees clear. Dew point of 65. Humidity at 76%. Great night for football.
Thank you, Scott Elliott, with our Serve Pro game time conditions. I agree. Great night for football. Feels great here atop the stadium. We are on top of the press box, which gives us plenty of room and great vision for the game tonight.
Ooh, big 3rd down right here. 3rd and 12. And we got a whistle. I think Coach Osment for Arab is going to call a timeout before the snap. Let's see what the white hat says right here. Oh, no, delay a game. So 3rd and 12, now 3rd and 17.
Yeah, 3rd and 17. So far in this first quarter, the Arabian Knights are 2 of 3 on 3rd down. This is the longest one yet. I mean, this is the type of 3rd down you don't want to give up a first down. It's a chance to flip the field in terms of field position.
Absolutely. 3rd and long from their own 26. 1:38 left to go. It's a throwing scenario. Quarterback's got some time. He airs it up near side. And does he drag the foot in? No. I don't know what happened to Caleb Gross. He was trailing the play, and luckily the ball thrown where the receiver can't keep a foot in.
Yeah, Caleb, a young guy there, and we'll see. Caleb kind of gets lost. It's a high, long throw. Caleb slips. That's what happened. And, man, it was close. I was scared until the referee ruled it. That was a perfectly thrown ball.
All right, so back to return. I'm guessing it's number 2. Hard to see these numbers. Can you see if that's Borden back there?
Yes, it's Borden.
All right, thank you, Scott. There's the punt. End over end. Borden tells everybody to get away, and it's going to go out of bounds here on the near side. So far, so good. It's the game I thought we'd have. Just kind of 2 blue-collar teams duking it out so far. And with 1:18 left to go here in this first quarter, the Panthers and the Arabian Knights at zeros. Number 2 and number 14 on offense have to have big games, and number 3 has to deliver as well.
When you come into another team's place, especially if they're the number 1 team in the region, as Arab is, I think you gain confidence every quarter that goes by when you show you're staying in the game. Pell City has flipped the field now, so it's time for the offense to do some work. Defense has done their part in the first quarter.
Yeah, let's give the defense a little breather over there, see if we can get several first downs here. That's not going to do it. On the handoff to Bedford, that is going to be a 2-yard loss back to the 36.
Yeah, sometimes it looks like the defense was in your huddle, and that was one of those plays. You had 2 guys immediately on top of Bedford. As soon as he gets the ball, he's got nowhere to go.
Play loses 2 yards, second down.
50 seconds left to go in the first quarter. We're scoreless. A little play action, looking deep near side for Gross, and Gross is looking to the inside. The ball goes to the outside, and now here's 3rd down and 12 as the clock stops at 40 seconds in the first quarter.
I'm guessing that was some type of timing route, but the timing was off. Like you said, there was, maybe if Caleb Gross is anticipating the ball being on the sideline, he may have an attempt there, but 3rd and long again.
Let's see where number 14 is. He's up top on the screen right there. Smitty with 1 catch coming off a nearly 200-yard performance last week against Calera. He's looking that side. He's setting up the screen. Here comes a flag. It's going to be enough for a first. This may be a roughing the passer. Let's catch the white hat here and see what the white hat is going to call. Oh, let's get a roughing the passer call right here.
The play itself.
Saw a hit on Smith as I was watching the ball carrier as well, and obviously not. It's going to be a hold. And again, Lance, this is what I pointed out is we can't do these things, especially on offense.
Well, what's worse than that is look where the flag's laying as opposed to where the play went.
Yeah. Yeah, it was going to be a first down at about midfield. And now the line of scrimmage is the 23 of Pell City. So here comes a 3rd down and 22-ish, something like that. 31 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. We're scoreless. Got to get these boneheaded plays out of our system. Trips up top. Obviously passing scenario. Be careful with the ball here. We don't want to force anything. Play clock is at 10. There's a quick throw near side. It's complete to Gross. Hard hit at the 30. That one's good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. So as we go to the second quarter, Pell City going to be punting the ball away with Pell City 0 and Arab 0. It's Panther football on 94.1 FM The River.
Quarter 1 has come to an end. Your score, Arab 0.
Looking for a little more comfort in your life? Don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. And at Allen Service Company, they'll show you the full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems. Turn to the experts at Allen Service Company, where financing is available, subject to credit approval. Call 205-338-2311, 205-338-2311, or visit online at allenservicecompany.com.
We are back here at Arab. The Arabian Knights and the Pell City Panthers are scoreless going into the second quarter here. So far, so good. Arab coming in 5-1 overall. Pell City 1-4 overall. But more importantly, it's region play. Arab leading the region at 3-0. Pell City 0-2. This is a gettable game, but Pell City, the penalties, we got to stop that. Again, Blackstone with a good punt. It bounces at the 40. Going to take a Pell City roll all the way down to the 22-yard line. Another good punt by the sophomore Jake Blackstone. Kind of flipping the field a little bit right there for the Panthers.
Yeah, 47-yard effort on that punt. Great job by Blackstone after our offense came on the field and via penalties lost a first down for the second time tonight and gave away field position. But you get somebody like Blackstone kicking the ball like that, he helps you get the field position back. So Pell City defense still has Arab deep in their own territory from the 22.
Two receivers down here to the wide side, one up top out of the shotgun. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Wow, what a move at the 25 and a hard hit at the 30. Old slobber knocker right there.
Yeah, Borden comes in and busts him up pretty good here. You'll see a lot of running room and a nice cut right there by the quarterback, but up, breaks, bam.
Welcome back, number 2.
Borden with a pop on the quarterback. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 1.
Yeah, that was good enough for it was a long run, but Borden reminds him, come up here again on 2nd and a long one. Just starting the second quarter, scoreless. Quarterback says, all right, I'll do it again. Here's a first down and more across the 40 up to the 44-yard line, so the chains will move for Arab.
Within the spirit of the game, within sportsmanship, when you have a running quarterback like this, you want the Borden-type shots. You want him to get up slow every time. You want him to say, hey, this is better off if I hand it off or put it in the air, because obviously he's a great kid. He's been successful all season long. He has 558 yards rushing on 110 attempts and 12 touchdowns coming in. You want to make him pay every time he decides to pull it down and run with it.
Got a discussion here. The white hat, a Panther player, and another referee. Equipment of some sort?
Probably so.
Is that 52? Is that – no, that's not Colin. What number is that?
92.
92. Hard to see these numbers.
First down,
Well, it'd be nice if we had 92 on our roster, but we don't. Whoever that is. Sorry, number 92, but only go with what coaches give us. First down and 10 at the 44-yard line. Again, the quarterback intended run. And another good hard hit by the Panthers. Another one by Drew Sisson. He brings him down after a 5-yard gain to the 49.
Yeah, Herring the first to make contact. He was coming with bad intentions, and then Sisson tends to finish that way routinely. And he puts a nice tackle on the Arab quarterback, who is putting together a nice drive here with his legs, not even through the air, but by running the football.
Out of the pistol formation, there's the give to the lone back into Panther territory. Sisson there. Let's see, who else is that? Looks like 33. Yeah, Stephon McGraw there on the tackle. Here comes a third down and a long one from the Panther 47-yard line.
Quarterback for Arab, Ed Johnson, number 12. He's 5'10", 176, 175 on our roster, and he's the guy you got to watch here.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see him following those two guys in front. There he goes. That's going to be enough for a first down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. Chains will move. As you mentioned, Ed Johnson, not big at all, 5'10", 175, but 870 yards through the air, 6 touchdowns. On the ground, almost 600 yards, 12 touchdowns. So the guy can do it either way.
Yeah, and he's doing it with his legs on this drive. It's their best drive of the night. They're getting chunks at a time with the quarterback just pulling it down and running.
First down and 10 at the 43 of Pell City. The give to the lone back. Inside the 40, brought down. Here's a late flag at the 40, make that 38-yard line. Let's see what this is right here.
It's going to be a personal foul against Arab. He was working my man's face mask pretty good on the ground over there. I thought that was too kind. I thought we were going to go ahead and get 15 because not only did he hold him, but then down on the ground, he was clearly working his face mask.
So 10 yards from the spot of the foul will put the ball just inside the 50-yard line on the Arab side. 9:15 left to go first quarter. It's Arab 0, Pell City 0. Arab 5-1 overall. Pell City 1-4 overall. More importantly, in the region, Arab leading it at 3-0. Pell City 0-2. Mentioned it in the pregame. This is a very gettable game for Pell City. We have to execute. Keep the penalties to a minimum. There's a a slant, and jarring it loose is Kentrell Borden. Falls incomplete.
Yeah, and I think Coleman's on the coverage here, Adam, and as you'll see, he's going to break on the ball. The ball actually deflects off the receiver's hands. Coleman doesn't realize the ball's popped up in the air. Wish we could have got our hands on that one. Still second and long.
8:57 left to go in the first half. We're scoreless here. If you're listening on the radio, hello to everybody on 94.1 FM. We invite you to download our app, which will take you to YouTube and Facebook, and you can watch this game live. Second down and long. Setting up the screen, up, and it is going to be complete at midfield and hit hard at the 45. Still short of the original line of scrimmage, which will bring up third down and 11 for Arab.
Yeah, Michael Snode gets great pressure on the quarterback, and that causes a high pass. Then we come in with a hard shot. Got to like the way the Panthers are hitting on defense, Adam. There's some shots being thrown. You talked about how we should expect that from Arab. Pell City laying the wood, too, right now. It's been some hard hits here in this first half.
Another big third down here for the defense of Pell City. On 3rd and 11 with 8:15 left to go first half, we're scoreless. Out of the pistol formation. The righty rolling to his left, got a receiver open, and he is going to drop the ball right at the first down marker. Thank you, because that was going to be close to a first. And now on 4th and 11, just about midfield, this is iffy as far as offense or punt, and here comes the punt team.
Yeah, I think because of the distance, you're going to punt it here. And Pell City going to get the ball back. 8:04 left to go in the first half. We're still waiting for our offense to put a drive together. You've got to be really pleased with the Panther defense in the first half so far, but got to get some help from the O.
Kentrell Borden, let's see if he gets an opportunity to return this. He stands at the 11-yard line. You see him on the very right of the screen right there. Good spiral kick. Kentrell watches it bounce at the 10, picks it up at the 3. Oh, goodness gracious, son. Do we recover it at least at the 1-yard line? And again, I know I've said it like 10 times. We can't have boneheaded plays like that.
Kentrell, it's double boneheaded. Kentrell, first of all, just needs to come up and field the ball. There's no reason not to come up, and even if you want to fair catch it, but you just got to come up and make that catch. That's why you're back there. You're giving up yardage, and then he plays it off the bounce inside the 5. And that's a worse mistake than the first mistake. So 2 huge errors in one play by a kid that's a senior that's made a lot of plays for us that has put us in a bad hole. I don't understand why he didn't come up and field the football.
Yeah, I was hitting you. As the ball was about to drop, we could see he wasn't going to field it, as if, why is he doing that? 99.5 yards we have to go now. Let's get out of the end zone here. Oh, we might get to the 1.5. We may get a yard out of it here. Oof, Bedford, maybe a yard. Here comes second down and long. We're at 7:35 left to go in the first half. We're scoreless.
Yeah, you almost forfeit a play there because you're so backed up. You can't do anything but make sure you get it out of your end zone.
You know what I like here? Where's 14? 14's one-on-one. Air it out. Let them see. Well, here comes some safety help over the top. Number 7 going over the top there. Out of the shotgun is Smith. Oh, goodness, the ball's on the turf. He picks it up. There's the throw, and he just throws it out of bounds. And that is going to be 3rd down and 9.
Man, it's going to sound harsh, but you got your defense playing their tails off, and you got your special teams in your offense that's really close to giving up your first points of the game.
Yeah.
And Pell City got to – and really it's on special teams because Baylor Smith – yeah, we missed the snap there, but just so tough when you're backed up in a hole like this to run your basic offensive set.
Let's get us a little bit at a time right here. 3rd and 9 with 7:08 left to go first half. Baylor looking to his left, now shouting to the right. Play clock at 0. Gosh, dog it. And we're going to get a delay of game, which at the 2-yard line, it can only go to the 1. Actually, it's just inside the 1-yard line. How is it still scoreless in this game? All right, guys, here we go. Pull our rear ends out of our butts right here. 7:08 left to go in this first half. Baylor, play action, under pressure, unloads it, and it is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Gross. And here comes the punting unit. Here comes the sophomore. He's going to have his heels against the back of the end zone as he punts this one away.
Yeah, and for Blackstone, it's got to be most of all about just getting this thing off quick. You know, they flipped the field on us. Their return man's already standing around the 30-yard line. Be great if he could get a boom into it and get it over his head. We get a roll. Most importantly, let's get this thing off without getting it blocked, because he's probably not going to have his normal distance even on the snap.
So here is Blackstone, literally the back of his feet in the end zone. The return man at the 30-yard line. And we've got a flag. Well, it'd be nice if it was them jumping, trying to get across an early jump. Delay a game against Pell City. Come on, guys.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
That goes on the sidelines, too. Come on, guys. This is going to be... So we're going to have a safety here, and I don't think we're going to have it. I don't know if you could see it on the screen. We had a player running in from the sidelines from Pell City. The play might not count. I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going on the sidelines right now.
Guys, there's a flag on the play over here on this sideline.
Yeah, was it a 12th player?
He was running onto the field on the defensive side of the ball when the play was snapped. He wasn't even close. And I would have thought the play would have been blown dead. It would have been beneficial for Pell City had it been blown dead.
Yeah, it was against Pell City. And the White Hat just said declined. Coach Osment.
I think they're arguing for a touchdown instead of a safety. They're going to get the safety. But, you know, a guy running late on the field. I saw it. I don't need to see it again. It's just that comes off a delay of game call.
Yeah, and look, I sometimes I get myself in trouble. In the pregame, I said we got to have execution from the coaching staff down to the players on the field. It's sloppy in this first half. I have no idea how we're only down 2-0 against the region leaders right now.
Well,
I'm gonna get an earful from the coaching staff and Coach Lee, but by golly, it's ugly in this first half.
It starts with really what we had there. We had two special teams errors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the delay of games on special teams, the running the guy late on the fields on special teams, and don't forget Borden created the whole mess, and that was on special teams. So I'm gonna lay off our offense because they had their back up against the wall. Defense has played excellent. Let's not forget that. The defense has played out of their minds here. It's a shame that the first points come via special teams.
All right, so all that, the Panthers are only down 2-0 against a 5-1 Arab team and 3-0 in the region. It was doom and gloom the last, 3 minutes of play clock there, but the Panthers kicking it off, only down 2-0 with the defense playing great. This one's going to be taken at about the 21 on the far side, and a good hard hit by the Pell City Panthers there, 28. That is Burton with a hard hit.
At the 40, first down Knights.
Yeah, Darius does a nice job putting the pop. Boom. Standing his ground, filling his lane. That's what you got to do right there. Still good field position after the safety and us kicking it off from the 20 instead of the 40 on a normal kickoff. Can the defense rise up one more time here in the second half?
Panthers will get the ball coming out of the locker room, but we still have 6:50 left to go here in this first half. We are a 2-0 lead for Arab, and the quarterback is going to keep it up to the 47-yard line.
They get a nice push on some of those first down plays.
Mm-hmm.
Nice push up front. Pell City had a little bit of a bend but didn't break thing going last time. See if they've got it in them one more time. A lot of 3-and-outs by the Panther offense.
Second down and 3. There's the quarterback keeper. The Panthers hemming him up, and making the tackle is going to be Riley Searles. Two other defenders in there making the quarterback run all over.
Yeah, and when you see that, it's well defended, guys chasing everywhere. You're going to see him looking around and getting away from three Panthers before he basically runs right into Riley, and Riley wraps him up and puts him down on the turf.
Yeah, it looked like Otwell and Herring, the other two Panthers that were in there helping out. Here's a 3rd and 5. Again, the Panther defense, man, they have answered the bell every time so far in this first half. 5:40 left to go in the first half. It's Arab 2, Pell City nothing. On the quarterback keeper, right side, and he is going to be short. Boy, that is a kind spot. Very kind spot. Good gracious. I thought he was almost a yard short of the first down marker. Let's see. Yeah, let's check out this replay.
Let's see the
where he goes
replay.
down.
Remember, the spot's going to get all the way to the yard marker. Mm-hmm. Let's see here.
I mean, dude, he's down at the 49.
They just gave him a yard.
Good gracious.
That was a terrible spot.
Yeah.
Just got a yard. We saw it on replay.
So the chains will move on 3rd down. Quarterback standing in the pocket, hits the receiver far side. That one good for an 8-yard gain down to the Panther 42-yard line. Under 5 now left to go here in this first half. It's Arab 2, Pell City nothing. Let's go down. Well, Scott, we'll come down to you right after this play. On 2nd and short. Oh, man, I thought that was the ball carrier getting hit hard. It wasn't. He scrambles out to the outside. That's going to be enough for his first down. Let's go down to the Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter, Scott Elliott.
One thing I've got to say about the quarterback for Arab is he throws an absolute pretty pass on target, but if he keeps running the ball like he does, he's going to be hurting in the second half. The Panthers are absolutely nailing him.
We got a timeout on the field by Pell City. Let's take it with them as well. 4:21 left to go first half. It is Arab 2, Pell City nothing. Panther football on 94-1 The River.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Bart Perry in Pell City.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
McSweeney Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram says it's tailgate time. Show up and show off in a new Ram 1500 4-door starting from $34,999 while supplies last. During Ram Power Days, the Pell City Truck Pros feature the largest heavy-duty truck inventory in the Southeast. Buy a new Ram 1500 4-door starting from $34,999 at McSweeney Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. I-20 exit 158 under the biggest American flag in Central Alabama.
Back here at Arab High School, the Pell City Panthers and the Arabian Knights of Arab. It is Arab 2, Pell City nothing. 4:21 left to go first half. Again, the quarterback with the keeper. This side to the right. He gets down inside the 25, close to the first down marker. He eats up a lot of turf. He being Ed Johnson, the quarterback. 870 yards through the air, almost 600 on the ground. He's got, 18 total touchdowns on the season as well.
Clock under 4 minutes. 2nd and 1.
Now you're talking about a quarterback that's going to have, 30, 34 total touchdowns by the end of the season if he stays on pace. Kid can do some damage. There's a first down as he gets inside the Coosa Valley Mortgage red zone down to the 19-yard line. The chains will move.
DBs, linebackers cannot let up on hitting this guy either. I mean, he's already got a lot of carries here in the first half. We want him filling that like our sideline reporter Scott Elliott was talking about. We want him to need the ice bath after this one.
First and 10, again, inside the Coosa Valley red zone at the Pell City 19. We got 3:15 left to go first half. Panthers down 2-0. Looking to throw, fade route near side. Defender is there, and what a catch. You got to hand it to the receiver on that one. That was a good catch. And there's a late flag after the touchdown. I think that's going to be unsportsmanlike or something.
How does Borden not get it? It's kind of what I'm – how did the receiver come down with this football? Borden had perfect coverage.
Touchdown is good, unsportsmanlike against Arab. I think we had some jabbering going on maybe by the receiver. Let's watch. We got a shot of it here on the wide shot on the near side. That's Kentrell Borden playing tight right there. Good gracious. Just went right through his hands. That's a good catch by the receiver, man.
Got to find a way to knock that. That's tough, man. Tough.
So 3:06 left to go. We have time.
Evan Courier will attempt the extra point.
Panthers down 8-0 as they attempt the PAT. They being Arab, seeing if they can go up 9-0. Whistle is blown. There is the kick. It's got enough leg, and it is good. 3:06 left to go first half. It's Arab 9, Pell City 0. It's Panther football on 94.1 The River.
The Territorium Haunted House and Amusements dares you to come visit. Come brave the twisted corridors of the Territorium. But beware if you do. If you're too scared, come ride the Big Eli Ferris wheel or the Haunted Castle Dark Ride. Look us up on Facebook. The Territorium Haunted House and Amusements in downtown Oxford. Scare if you dare.
Now at McSweeney Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's tailgate time and used car clearance pricing continues. Payments as low as $199 a month. Don't let credit block you. McSweeney makes it happen with all kinds of credit every day. Plus, introducing our black tie experience. Every McSweeney vehicle now comes with 2 years free maintenance, free car washes, and more.
Here it comes.
Only at McSweeney Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
We need a big
I-20
return.
exit
Where is 2?
Under the biggest American flag in Central Alabama.
Back here at Arab High School, the Pell City Panthers, as I was just asking Lance during the break, where is 2? See if he can bail himself out of a bit of a hole I'm thinking he dug, not only with the broadcast crew, but with the coaching staff, especially on a really bad special teams play. 9-0 in the first half. Let's see if we can get a good return here. Over his shoulder. On the far side, who is that? Whoever it is gone. Get by him. Cut in. There he goes. The 20. Oh, man, drugged down by the back of the jersey to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, it was Herring, the one that always does it, with a great special teams play again. Herring giving us our first electric play of the night. Has to cut back.
Carlos Herring on the return.
You see here.
I thought he had it.
To the 11-yard line.
10 did a good job of getting the angle right there on him.
Jacob Cobb on the stop.
Good guys, not blocking anybody in the back. This could be a big answer by the Pell City offense. And look, if we criticize hard, we need to love on them hard. Special teams makes the play there.
Absolutely. Here we go. 2:52 left to go first half. 9-0 Panthers deficit here against the region-leading Arabian Knights. Play clock at 4. Some confusion. Got to call a timeout, guys.
Well, it's painful. It's painful to watch, man.
Yeah.
Got to figure out how we're coming off the sideline. And the quarterback looks desperate from the huddle. He's like he's pleading with him. So great that we get the timeout in.
Yep. Got to capitalize on this right here. Have to. At the 11-yard line, we have shot ourselves in the foot many times on offense and special teams, yet the Panthers are only down 9-0 on the road at the region-leading Arab Knights. We get the ball coming out of the locker room. We punch it in here for 6. We get the extra point. 9-7 going into the locker room. We hold them out here, and all of a sudden we come out, little momentum, we take the lead. This is a big offensive series for Pell City. We need 7. We need to punch it in. We need to get the confidence of this team back in it.
And can still get the first down inside the 1. We need our best 3 plays right here, Adam, and we need execution from our guys.
First down, Panthers at the 11-yard line.
Here we go. First down and 10 from the 11. The Panthers down 9-0. Clock at 2:45. How's the clock running coming out of a timeout? It is anyway. Looking for the read option. Goodness gracious. Threw it right to the defender. And that's going to be a turnover. Bringing it to the 20-yard line. So do we have a replay of that one? Good. I don't want to see it anyway. Good gracious.
Yeah, you had Borden coming out of the backfield. He's running really what amounts to a wheel route. He's going to run to the outside, hit the sideline. Baylor rolls to his right. Baylor's eyeing him the whole way, and Baylor does not see the linebacker slip over underneath in coverage, throws it right to him, and it's a turnover, unfortunately, for Pell City. 2:33 left to go. Now we just got to stop the bleeding and not let Arab get any more points on the board.
Yes, exactly. 9-0 deficit. We can handle that going into the locker room. There's Sisson up top with a tackle after a 2, maybe 3-yard gain. 2:25 as the clock rolls here in the first half. Panthers down 9-0.
Ed Johnson has been outstanding for Arab, both running and passing. But Pell City defense has played tough most of the first half, only giving up the 1 touchdown.
Yeah, let's keep them out of a big play here. Under 2 left to go now in the first half. Receiver, there's the toss on the speed sweep, cutting it inside. That's going to be enough for a first down, so the clock will stop momentarily at 1:51 as the chains move.
Herring does a nice job there. He makes the play, cut back inside. That's the main thing he's got to do. Coleman comes over, makes the tackle. Sometimes you do things right and play still works out for the offense.
First and 10 from their own 32, 1:40. The clock rolls here in the first half. Arab up 9-0. Bouncing it outside, not going to happen. Great job by Herring. And is that Sisson, 11?
Yeah, Sisson and Herring. And this is the kind of punishment I want to see the kid take. And those 2 guys will bring it. Nice job by Herring, and then Sisson coming in from the backside, finishing him off. I like the way Sisson finishes a tackle. He makes it hard and all the way through.
Arab with the ball on 2nd and 10 from their own 32 and a 9-0 lead. The clock continues to roll at 1:05 here in the first half. Don't forget, Scott will have a quick word with Coach Lee going into the locker room. Come on, guys. Spin at the 40 up to the 42-yard line. We're under a minute left to go, and why is the clock stopped? Oh, I guess they got the first. That's why. I thought it was short.
I think
these are horrible spots.
The spots have got to improve. I wish somebody could get in Coach's ear about that.
So horrible.
They're giving them first downs, man, and that stopped the clock.
It was a yard short again. So here goes the clock, and this gives them a couple opportunities maybe to throw deep and see if something happens. Instead, it's the toss, running near side. Come on, Panthers. And brought down. Ball's on the turf, and the Panthers say they got it. Gross says we got it. Referee says, come on, man. They have yet to indicate. Did we happen to get that?
Yeah, the head referee did indicate Pell City ball.
Oh, there we go. Finally from the white hat. Good job. 56. Is that who hopped on the ball? Is that Byron Moon? I think it was, yes.
Panthers have recovered. There was a fumble on the play.
I think there's one official still trying to say it's – I don't think he's aware yet that it's Panther ball, and I'm talking about the guy over the football.
Yes, he's pointing like he's going from left to right in favor of Arab. There you go. Now here comes the ball.
I guess he just needed a football.
So with 32 seconds left, what do you do, Lance?
Get on a knee. Get on a knee.
You're down 9-0. Do you try something, or you just run it out and go into the locker room?
After what I've seen, get on a knee and regroup.
Let's see what we got here. Down 9-0, 32 seconds. And again, Scott will have a word with Coach going into the locker room. There is going to be a run out of the backfield. And is that Borden?
That was Borden.
Yeah, so the clock will stop at 23.8. And the ball is down to the 42 after the Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop first down.
And now, you know what? I change everything that you get that much yardage on first down, put it up in the air.
There we go. There is the give to the sophomore. That one is going to stretch on out. No gain there, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Scratching of the head there.
Yeah, not sure.
Scott, we're going to throw it to you, man, whenever you get it.
And the first snap of play will come.
Let's go. Coach, your defense has played pretty tight so far the first half. That debacle on the goal line for the punt, what happened there?
Just not good football. Hold on a second.
Hey.
He has to turn the mic off. Good idea.
Just not good football knowledge right there. I mean, let the ball go in end zone 20. You know, I'm not that upset about the punt right there. I mean, we probably in a situation like that might take a safety anyway. Just we got to get them stopped like that, 2-0. You know, that's a field goal away from winning the ball game.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Coach Wayne Lee with our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter Scott Elliott, and yeah, I mean he called it like it was. It just wasn't smart football right there, and there was a big swing late in that second quarter with all that. But saying all that, all the shots in the foot, I don't know how many toes the Panthers have left in the first half. They shot themselves in the foot so many times. It's still just a 9-0 deficit, and the Panthers get the ball coming out of the locker room. But a couple of big things, you know, the lack of the punt return right there, which resulted in a safety. But the other thing that really hurt, we had the ball first down and 10 at their 11, and we throw the interception.
I'll just say this, and I'll try to clean it up the best I can. I'm a Wayne Lee fan. I like Wayne Lee. Usually when he talks to us about football, I see the exact same thing he sees, and I'm in total agreement. Now, my criticism of what happened is because we're the 6th game in the year, and I've been watching all season, and I'm not in the huddle, okay? I don't know what his coach is telling him, but what I have seen is field position loss by not coming up and catching the football.
Mm-hmm.
That time, it really hurt. It was more than just field position loss. Kentrell Borden's an exceptional athlete. He's a better athlete than I ever thought about being. I want him making explosive plays in the special teams game. He can't do that if he doesn't come up and get the ball. And that time, it melted down all the way to us getting pinned back. We should have had, I mean, if it's a fair catch, we get the ball at the 12 to 15.
Yeah.
And it just imploded, you know. It just went downhill from there.
All right, so again, all that, it's still just a 9-0 deficit. Look, we love the kids. We love the coaching staff. Sometimes we get frustrated up here like y'all out there too. So we got the Pell City High School marching band of gold about to hit the field. We will get the big shiny thing at the end and all. Of course, we'll get some good tight shots of the band. So here we go, the Pell City High School Marching Band of Gold, brought to you by Good Game Company.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Pell City High School Marching Band of Gold! Thank you for your attention to tonight's performance.
Pell City High School marching band of gold, big shiny thing and all. Looking great out there, Mr. Corey Funderburg, the band director, as we watch him march off the field. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at some first half stats. We'll talk about what happened, what didn't happen in the first half, and what needs to happen into the second half. Stick around. At the half. It is ARAB 9, Pell City nothing. It's Panther football on 94.1 FM The River.
Your exclusive Bobcat dealer for East Central Alabama is Bobcat of Gadsden, and they're a full-line Bobcat dealer for construction and agriculture. They specialize in parts, service, sales, and rentals. And right now they have up to $3,000 in rebates on new purchases and great financing rates. Bobcat of Gadsden, same-day delivery on rentals, factory-trained service technicians, and they're ready to serve you. Call 256-563-4001.
Main Street Drugs in Pell City wants to serve you by providing fast and friendly service, convenient drive-thru, and home delivery. All major insurance plans are accepted, including workman's comp claims, free COVID vaccines, and wellness checks for PHIP insurance plans, including spouses by appointment. And the gift shop has everything you need to show your team pride: football spirit wear, game day jewelry, stadium bags, hats, home decor, and more. Like them on Facebook. Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop, your hometown drugstore.
I was finally ready to buy my first home after renting for the last several years. As I started my search, I got overwhelmed by how many websites and confusing listings there are. That's when I found the experts at ERA King. To me, ERA means expertise, reliability, and activity. I depended on them to find a home in my budget, and they didn't stop working until the keys were in my hands. ERA King. To us, it means always doing the right thing for every client. What will ERA mean to you? Find out at eraking.com.
Looking to break free with internet that will not hold you back? Only Hargray offers the fastest internet in town with unlimited data, as well as local service and tech support. Try Hargray stress-free with no contracts and a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you want speed, reliability, and great value, call 205-350-9885. Go to hargray.com for more and switch to Hargray today.
Hi, I'm Adam Stocks, owner of 94.1 FM The River. Thanks for watching high school football here on our social media platforms, whether you're watching Pell City or Springville. Also want to thank our advertisers who support us and allow us to bring this product to you absolutely free of charge. You pay nothing to watch this broadcast thanks to our advertisers. So if you need their services, please give them a call. If you know them or you're around town, stop by, let them know that you appreciate them supporting our communities and our teams, and we ask that you do the same. If you have a business that you would like to get in front of nearly 20,000 eyeballs every Friday night, between Pell City and Springville, nearly 20,000 views for these two football broadcasts, you can shoot us an email, adamstocks@theriver941.com. That's adamstocks@theriver941.com. Go Panthers, go Tigers. Back here at ARAB, not at the high school. We're at the new facility that they have here at ARAB. The Arabian Nights on top of the Pell City Panthers. 9-0 at the half. Do we need a little bit more in there? I don't know. You tell me. You're controlling it. I do like to hit the buttons every now and then, though. Adam Stocks along with Lance Bowman. We got Alan Rowan doing our stats for us and our Allen Service Company stats that we'll take a look at here. Oh, not real pretty for the Panthers in the first half.
Yeah, it's frustrating, and when we had some things going our way, unfortunately, we had a couple of penalties that took drives away, caused them to stall. 5 of 9 through the air, only 16 yards passing, so we really haven't been able to get things going through the air. Of course, we had the interception when we got down in the red zone. Rushing attempt, 6 for 40, not bad. From a yardage wide, our yards per carry, we're over 6, so we will definitely take that. We just haven't had enough opportunities. We haven't put any kind of drive together. We've gotten behind the chains with penalties and things of that nature. We only had 4 possessions, Adam, in the first half. Those possessions went punt, safety, interception. That's how you end up with a sure enough goose egg on the scoreboard. Pell City down 9-0. Individually, for Pell City, looking at some individual numbers, we had Borden with 1 reception for 2 yards. Also, if you could raise that up for me, Dave, Alan, and keep it up, thank you. It had Herring with 3 catches for 6 yards. On the ground, Borden had the 1 nice run there right before the end of the half for 16 yards. Bedford had 3 carries for no yards. Smith had a rush for 16 yards. And Gross had a carry for 8 yards. So Pell City, it's hard to put up numbers, only 56 yards in the first half, and just drive stalled, and we got behind the chains, and we had some very untimely, or you could say even worse possible timing penalties that led to that 9-0 score. If we can flip over and look, have you kept up with yardage for – Alan's going to let us look at Arab stats now. 7 of 11 through the air, 58 yards, 23 carries for 103 yards. Most of that action done by the quarterback. He's just an exceptional athlete. Number 12, Ed Johnson, 5'10", 175-pound senior. He's done a nice job throwing it. 7 of 11 with a touchdown on 58 yards, and then he keeps the chains moving on the ground as well. So there in the first half, you had Arab outgaining Pell City 3-1, but I still say the Panther defense did its job with a 9-0 score at the half.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't ask for any more out of the Panther defense. They gave up 1 touchdown. That was it. I mean, they gave up that 1 touchdown. Of course, the safety, leading to the 9 points total. But the Panther defense has played lights out for the most part. The offense is just, I used the word several times this year, anemic, and sometimes I think that's a kind word. But it's just the penalties that come at the worst times after big 3rd down and longs when we convert. Here comes a holding penalty. After whatever it might be, a good instance in the first half. We had that. What was that? About a 70-yard return, which was the biggest play we've had all night long. What do we got? 56 yards on offense, I think. We had the 70-yard return by Carlos Herring, who was this close to taking it in for 6, but he got brought down at the 11-yard line. And then, the next play, we throw an interception inside their 10. And it's just, you can't beat good, disciplined teams with plays like that. You have to play disciplined. You have to execute. And if you don't, you wind up on the wrong side of the scoreboard, and that's where we are right now. And I said it in the first half, too. I think we should be thankful we're only down 9-0. Really, as bad as the special teams and the offense played or didn't play in the first half, the defense has kept us into just a 2-possession ball game, and we get the ball coming out of the locker room as the Panthers come out of the locker room here to our right, and a score here by the Panthers on this opening drive, and we got a 1-possession ball game.
Yeah. You look at this from the perspective of if you just take our mental breakdowns away from this game, it should be 7-7 at worst. That's how well we've played on the field to be in a 7-7 ball game. So Pell City comes into this game 1-4. We're playing undefeated in the region Arab, atop the region standings at 3-0, 5-1 overall. So we're playing, you could put us towards the bottom, you can put them at the top. And on the field, this has been an evenly matched game. But if you take our errors away, or if you include our errors, you get at a 9-0 score. So should be at least a 7-7 game.
Yeah, you look at the region standing, 6A Region 7, if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook on our app, and you see Arab leading the region with a 3-0 region record, and that's where it all, that's what you want. That's what gets you into playoffs or keeps you home at week number 11. Oxford and Southside, both 2-1, and they both have the tiebreaker over us if it comes to that scenario later in the year. You got Fort Payne and Springville at 1-1. They're still both on our schedule, as well as Scottsboro. So, that lower third, we still have all 3 of those games. And if we can sneak out somehow or another here in the second half and get a win against Arab, who is leading the region, who's had some big wins already, we need it. We need this second half to be a lot cleaner on offense and special teams than what it was in the first half, obviously. And we need the defense to maintain their intensity and to maintain their focus, if you will. And, you're talking about the second half of a ball game, kids get tired. That quarterback for Arab, he's a player, man. Ed Johnson coming into the ball game with about 1,400 total yards throwing and rushing.
And about 18 touchdowns.
Yeah, 18 touchdowns. So the kid is a player, and we've kept him in check all night long for the most part.
Yeah, and all he's done is add to that in the first half in terms of picking up another passing touchdown. But, yeah, I mean, you got to be honest, it's enough. On the defensive side, it's been enough to keep us in the game. And we have to have our offense help us out. Hey, we come in here in the second half, we get the ball, we put a good drive together, get it into the end zone, we're right back in this game. Even if we were able to get a field goal, the main thing is take some time off the clock, put a drive together.
Yeah, and we've had a hard time doing that all year long, really. All right, let's go down to our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter, Scott Elliott.
One thing that I want to bring to your attention to keep an eye on, need to keep an eye on number 1, BK. He's having some issues with asthma right now, and just need to keep an eye on that.
All right, Brian Keller being number 1, BK. Hey, Scott, as we get ready to go into the second half, how about we get a game time condition update, which, of course, is brought to you by Serve Pro of St. Clair County. Scott's secondary job is meteorologist.
Yeah, I'm tight with Span, and I try and get all the information from him as best as I can. Right now we're looking at 69 degrees clear, humidity at 85%, dew point of 64, wind from the northwest at 1. Still a great night for football.
It does. It is, Scott. It feels great. Thank you for that update. And those are our game time conditions brought to you by Serve Pro. And feels good up here atop the press box. I brought a jacket just in case. I knew it would get cooler as the night went on, but it's perfect T-shirt weather here in the 6th, or I guess you could say 7th week of the season. Pell City went with a jamboree game opening week against Corner. Hey, Adam Stocks.
Hey, Lance Bowman, how are you, man?
Our neighbors to the east, they had a game last night. Lincoln, Alabama defeated Corner. That's who we played in that game. And thoughts and prayers for the whole Lincoln community as they lost a coach tragically this week. Their wide receiver coach, Chance Bird, baseball coach, and just thinking about the folks in that community, their football team, and great to see them have that Thursday night game and rally around each other and get the win last night.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought win. They beat Corner, so a good win there by the Lincoln Golden Bears. Of course, we're here at Arab tonight. Let's take a look at the rest of the schedule for Pell City. Finally get back home to Pete Rich Stadium next Friday night, and that's the only time we sniff it in the final 7 games. So we're going to be at home for the Springville Tigers. That's a region matchup. Then we're at Fort Payne. That's a region matchup. At Scottsboro, a region matchup. And then we head way up north to the Huntsville area at May Jemison. There is a chance we're playing that at Alabama. Is that A&M up there? Yeah, I think Alabama A&M. We played one game up there, I don't know, maybe 6-7 years ago, and there's a possibility we play May Jemison in that last game of the year at the Alabama A&M facility there. All right, here we go. Starting the second half. A short kick taken by an up man by Pell City. Looks like number 9, Jaden Coleman. And he's going to call for a fair catch, and that's where Pell City will take over to start this second half. It's a 9-0 deficit for Pell City coming out of the locker room with the ball on offense.
Great job. That's where you call a fair catch. That's a kid knowing what the rules are, knowing that on a kickoff, if it's short, all you got to do is raise your hand. They can't touch you. It's just like a punt. Calls for the fair catch. Pell City in decent field position to start the second half.
Jaden Coleman wearing number 9, junior for the Pell City Panthers. Here we go. Let's see if we can muster something up on offense. Empty backfield on 1st and 10 from her own 32. Smith at quarterback, 3 down linemen. There's a quick pass far side. Bringing it down up to the 34.5-yard line. Good for a couple of yards there.
Carlos Herring has become more and more involved in the offense as the season's gone along, and that's been due to some shortages, some injuries.
Cobb and Josh Rowe on the stop.
Second down and a long 8. There's the option, the pitch going to Bedford, and Bedford is hit hard after a 1.5 yards, maybe 2-yard gain. Brings up third down and long up to the 36-yard line. Just getting underway here in the second half. Pell City down 9-0 to Arab, sitting at 5-1. Pell City at 1-4.
Should be about a 3rd and 6 or 7.
Third down.
Empty backfield, so throwing scenario here. Trips up top. There's the quick throw. Finally getting it to Colin Smith, trying to find something inside. Spins for a first down. That was all number 14 to give us a Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop first down.
Yeah, it took way too long to get the ball in the hands of a playmaker, and that's why you do it, because he took a pass that was just off the line of scrimmage, and he used his own talent and ability to turn it into a first down.
Absolutely. Great play by number 14, Colin Smith. 8 catches, 196 yards last week at Calera out of the shotgun. There's a throw. Here comes Borden. Got some running room. Lowers his head at midfield, and he's going to get down to the 49-yard line, 6-yard gain.
Yeah, and you come to the other side into another playmaker, and I know if his mother or grandmother's listening, she'd probably like to slap me in the mouth right now, because we rode Kentrell pretty hard. But we love the kid. I got on him because he's a senior, and he's a playmaker. He's one of our best guys on the team. He just made a bad decision on one play. So
2nd and 4. There is again the quick pass. Kentrell Borden trying to dig himself out of the doghouse. He's still on his feet inside the 40, inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. A Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop first down.
And what you do is you come to Kentrell on the other side, and he shows you his ability, his talent, his vision going downfield, making things happen here in the second half.
There's the option pitch, and they eat it up this time. Bedford lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Going to be 2nd down and 10. As we're under 10 minutes left to go here in this third quarter.
That was a play that worked for a nice gain in the first half. They were sitting on it that time.
2nd down and 10 as Bedford, the sophomore, getting the start. Hicks out for this game. So is Reese, number 1 and number 2 running backs. So the sophomore getting the start on 2nd and 10. There again is the give to Bedford, and he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage. That's a 5-yard loss. Here comes 3rd down and throwing scenario for Pell City.
Yeah, and, X's and O's are one thing. Jimmy's and Joe's are another. They're winning at the line of scrimmage. And on a play like that, Bedford takes the handoff, and he's immediately hit.
3rd and 15 from the 40-yard line. Looking, where is Smitty? He's up top with those pink socks. Smith looking down low. Now he dumps it off. It's going to be complete to Borden. A stiff arm at the 40. Past the original line of scrimmage. Still going to be short of the first down marker. Down to the 31-yard line. 4th and 6 for Pell City from the 31. I agree with you, Lance.
Yeah, you have to go. You punt the ball in the end zone right here. You net yourself 10 yards. As long as you don't turn it over, I don't think you lose anything if you don't pick it up. If you convert, you get an opportunity to score.
Here comes the 4th down. Let's see what the offense has right here. Borden in the slot up top. Smitty, the receiver, all the way up top in your screen. Throw across the middle of the field, and that's intercepted by the linebacker right in the middle, just sitting there, and he picks it off.
Yeah. One thing, Adam, and we've done this for a while, calling football, and you just can't lock in.
Yeah, and that's what he did. Even if we got this on the replay, let's watch it on the screen. Even had that middle linebacker not been there, watch the defenders. Where are we?
Yeah, you lock in on a guy. That's what defenders are trained to do. Defensive backs, linebackers, drop back in coverage, watch the quarterback's eyes, and they'll sneak in on you. That's a couple of times it's happened tonight.
All right, here we go. Defense up to you guys again on the quarterback keeper. This one up the gut, running hard, close to the first down marker to the 38. That's a 10-yard gain for the quarterback.
Now, on the positive side, we did put a couple of first downs together. We burned a little clock. That's going to be important in the second half to continue to do that, to give this defense a chance, because we don't want them getting tired like we've seen in other games.
Under 8 now, left to go in the third quarter. Panthers down 9-0. You know what would be defense may have to try to force something here.
We could definitely use a turnover.
Yes, we could. Put that ball on the turf. We do have one fumble recovery in that first half. Unfortunately, we've given it back to them more times than we've taken it. There's a throw on the slant, diving across the 45 to the 46-yard line. That's going to be 8-yard gain. Again, Johnson coming in with about 1,500 all-purpose yards and 18 touchdowns on the season, their quarterback.
Looked like we had L.J. Berry back there on the covers playing some cornerback for us. Sophomore, number 29.
On second down, again, the quarterback keeper. He slithers out of one defender in the backfield, and he is able to squirt his way close to the first down, up to the 47, still a yard short.
Yeah, I thought Herring was going to have him for a loss of yardage there, and he slipped away from Carlos Herring.
Third and short. There's the push. And looks like the referee on the far side is going to give him enough for a first down, so that'll move the chains. Clock stops temporarily at 6:37. 9-0 deficit for Pell City on the road here at Arab.
Will be a first down. I think they actually earned that when we had the crew give them a couple of extra yards on 2 different plays in the first half. And it's nice to have this replay because we proved it.
Yeah.
Not just our opinion up here.
You can't fight the video. On the quarterback keeper, he tries to make a cut at the 50, slides down to the 49-yard line. And, yeah, we give the refs a hard time, and these are guys that put in a 40, 50-hour work week, and then they come and do some high school ball. So, but sometimes we got to criticize them a little bit. They're getting paid for this gig.
Nah, man, if the calls go against the Panthers, we got to make them own it.
2-yard gain to the 49 of Pell City. Under 6 left to go here in the second half. Lone back takes it inside the 45 as he dives down to the 43-yard line. Going to be a couple of yards short of the first down marker.
It's so nice when you can run the ball for 3 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards. It changes the whole complexion of what your offense can do, keeping drives sustained and alive. And Pell City has just struggled all year to run the football. And it's only gotten harder with injuries to key players.
3rd and 2 with 5:20 left to go. Play clock at 8. Here comes a new call from the sidelines. Out of the pistol formation. The quarterback draw. Panthers. Boy, man, I'll tell you what, that quarterback is tough. Second effort might have got him the first down.
I think he's still going to be short, but they will probably go for it.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like.
Yeah, it's going to be a yard short. The ball is at the 42. They got to get to the 41.
I'd say it's even less than a yard.
What you got, Scott?
Just going to make the obvious point here. They're absolutely eating this third quarter clock up.
Yeah, 4:40 as it continues to roll here in the third quarter. Panthers down 9-0. Receiver in motion going up top. The try for the easy 5 yards. Panthers don't bite. Play clock at 5. Out of the pistol. On the quarterback draw. Hard hit. He is not going to get it. Drew Sisson along with about 3 other Panthers, including, it was 54, Elijah Malone, and that is going to be a turnover on downs.
Yep. Just great gang tackling. If you'll watch the play all the way through, Adam, you'll see a Panther doing his best to get a 15-yard penalty against us. I mean, we just struggle sometimes keeping our heads in a game. I mean, you take a chance of getting a 15-yard penalty when your defense has just made an outstanding stop. And, whistle blows, you got to quit playing. It's not time. Just got to be careful.
All right, here we go, O. Get something rolling here, boys. 4:21 left to go, third quarter. Looking for some trickeration out there, and he throws to, what is that, far side, Gross. Nobody over there. I don't know what that play was supposed to be, but it didn't work.
Yeah, just didn't.
Scott, what was that play?
That was a whoopsie-doo. Let me bring this to you. One thing that I've seen on the previous series is that Colin Smith has been one-on-one with no over-the-top help. Keep an eye on that.
Here we go. Collins split low. He's at the bottom of the screen in the pink socks. Now Smith with the keeper. Smith with a nice little run. First down and more inside the 45 to the 42-yard line. That is a Main Street drugs and gift shop first down.
All things considered and all the tough things that have happened, our defense has made enough stops to keep us in this game. And a scoring drive here, we're right back in it.
Panthers down 9-0, 3:50 left to go here. Arab 5-1 on the season. Pell City 1-4. Play coming in from the sidelines. You see the coaching staff motioning on the far side. You see Baylor Smith. Back split to each side. Nice little juking and jiving in the backfield by Kentrell Borden. Does a good job just getting back to the line of scrimmage, though.
Yeah, I liked his vision there. I liked his cut. If one guy doesn't grab him by the back of the jersey, he's probably going to get a few more out of that, maybe several more.
Soft playing on Smith up there. DB's playing 7 yards off over there. Little bit of help on that far side as well. Quick little pass to him. I'd like to see him make some little jiffy moves. See what we got on offense here. Instead, the read, there's the throw, and Smith was open, but Smith short arms it, a couple of yards short of Smitty, and here comes third down and 10.
Yeah, Baylor Smith has some pressure, gets hit right as he releases it. Ball just does not have enough on it to get the completion down to Colin Smith.
It was open. That was going to be enough for a first down. Here's a 3rd and 10. Clock stops at 2:50 with that incomplete pass. Panthers down 9-0 against region-leading Arab. Panthers still looking for their first win in the region. Again, the read. The pass is up. It's complete to Smith. It's a fumble. Somebody tackle that guy. Smith realizes it. The Panther offense just sitting there, I don't know, not paying attention. And then finally, they figure out it's hot. You know, the referee is throwing his beanbag out there, and the tackle is made. Smith trying, let's watch that replay. Smith trying to make something happen, and the ball is jarred loose. I think he did have possession. Let's watch this here.
First down, Knights at the 37.
Yeah, he just stripped it out. Boy, that's close.
That is close. I would have liked to have had the benefit of a doubt that he did not pull it all the way in, but they're going to say it was a catch and a fumble.
Sometimes you see that, a player trying to make extra things happen, and during that's just a good play by the DB. He got in there and he stripped it out. There is a double reverse.
Great play.
Yeah, it is. Great open field tackle. Who is that over there?
Our best defensive back, Carlos Herring.
Yep.
Herring, at one point during this season, got a state award, I guess you could say.
You see the hat off of Coach Wayne Lee over there. He's just not a happy camper.
He's not a happy camper. The whole coaching staff's going crazy because there was an obvious block in the back.
So the defense called upon again by the Panther faithful, down 9-0. Johnson rolling, got some time, and they're going to call a pass interference on Pell City. Smitty got tied up with the receiver over here on the near sideline.
Yeah,
we have a replay and we see that?
He wrapped him up pretty good.
Did he? He got his money's worth out of it?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. There we go right there. Yeah, if you're going to get called, you might as well make it worth your while.
Yeah, and I think he was in a position where he was afraid he was about to lose him, and he was willing to risk it, go ahead and grab onto him. Ball was coming that way, too, so that makes it a pretty easy call.
Chains will move to the 50-yard line. 1:44 left to go, third quarter. Still, I mean, we got time. Look, if they get a score here, they're going to be really tough for Pell City to come back. Defense has to bow up again. 1st and 10 for Arab with a 9-0 lead. 1:40 left to go here in this third quarter. And again, a great play by the Panther defense there at the line. And that is going to be just a 2-yard gain.
Great job by 92 for Pell City. We do not have his name available to us on a roster. Now we do.
Yeah, McFadden. Yeah, had several people send it. Thank you, by the way, to everybody that sent that in to us. McFadden wearing number 92 for Pell City.
Making a nice play there.
Not on the original roster. He can clog some stuff up there. On the belly read, there is the throw. That's going to be enough for a first down. Kentrell Borden, the DB, making the tackle, but not before the chains move to the Panther 36.
If you run a slant route and you can't undercut the receiver, which is very difficult to do, it's a hard play to defend if the quarterback puts it on the money. That's what Johnson does, throws right on the money, as you saw on the replay there.
45 seconds. The clock continues to roll here in the third quarter. Panthers down 9-0. And just, I called it, I described this Arab team just a lunch pail, blue-collar team, and that's exactly what they are. Nothing fancy. They're just going to keep swinging. Looking deep this time. Passes up near side. It is going to be intercepted by Smitty. So Smitty makes up for his fumble with an INT at our own 7-yard line.
Well, Colin Smith says, hey, I owe my team one. I lost the ball. I'm going to go make it up. And that's what he does. Colin Smith just shows he's growing as an athlete week in, week out with the interception there. That's a big play. Still a 9-zip game.
Got to get some points, man. Got a long way to go. 24 seconds left to go, and the ball is spotted at our 7-yard line. 2-14, man. 2-14, and got to handle the ball.
Yeah, we need to ride them this drive as much as possible.
2-14. Ride those horses.
Here comes 2.
Yep, here he goes. Picking up a block far side across the 10, close to the 15-yard line.
Heck of a block over there by number 5, Carlos Herring. That's a nice job by Herring.
Stop was made by Josh Rowe.
That's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter as he stays in bounds. 2nd down and short as we're going to change sides of the field. It is Arab 9, Pell City nothing. It's Panther football on 94.1 The River.
Thinking about buying your first home? Then Coosa Valley Mortgage can help you unlock the door to home ownership. With first-time home buyer programs that can put you in the home of your dreams. Conventional, FHA, USDA, VA, or construction perm options. Call 205-884-2665 or visit CoosaValleyMortgage.com to see what Coosa Valley Mortgage can do for you. Coosa Valley Mortgage, we've got you covered. Equal housing lender, NMLS 198757.
Since 1989, Metro Bank has continued to build on the philosophy of friendly, caring bankers that work to meet the needs of everyone in the community. Whether it's personal or business checking, investment accounts, consumer and commercial lending, home mortgages, equity lines of credit, and more, Metro Bank would love the opportunity to serve you. Come home to us. Metro Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Back here at Arab. The Pell City Panthers down 9-0 as we start the fourth quarter here. The Panthers 1-4 overall, looking for their first region win at 0-2. Arab leading the region with a 5-1 overall record and 3-0 in the region. Lance, you and I both said we got to ride 2-14 this drive. Got to ride them. There's a quarterback draw by Smith on 2nd and 2. Maybe a yard. Here comes 3rd down and a long 1.5.
Yeah. Design run, and it just closed up really quickly before Baylor could. I don't think he got anything out of that. I think it's going to be 3rd and 2 here, Adam. Huge third down for our offense right here. If we want to have a realistic shot at getting back in this game, got to have the first down here.
Out of the shotgun. Baylor Smith at quarterback. Looks like Gross to the near side. I just can't see these numbers. Smith under pressure. Dumps it off to Bedford. Bedford has enough for a Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop first down across the 25 to the 26.
Baylor making a nice decision there. He had a little bit of trouble with the snap, and as he rolled right, he thought about running, and I'm like, come on now, you see Bedford out there. We'd rather have a running back try to do it than our quarterback, and gets it to Bedford. Bedford does a nice job picking up the first down. Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop first down as Pell City moves the chains across the 25 to the 27.
Well, play action, setting up the screen all over it. That time, the defensive back for the Arabian Knights.
We just went several yards backwards on that one.
I think that was that Herring on the catch there?
Yeah, Herring never had a chance. We lost 6 on that play. Got to. Those wide receiver throws, they have to be well blocked or you run the chance of them getting blown up for a big loss like that.
Who is this down low by? I can't see these numbers. These jerseys are horrible.
That's Gross on the near side.
I would like to see us isolate 2 or 14 by themselves, and let them go up after the ball.
2 is in the backfield. Smith up top.
He's looking for Smith across the middle of the field, and
yeah, not sure who that was intended for.
Yeah, that one luckily incomplete. Here comes third down and 15 for Pell City, down 9-0, 9:59 left to go in the ball game. I think he might have been looking for Gross coming from the bottom side here. Gross just couldn't get there in time. 3 defenders right there, that's for sure, though. All right, so here's Smitty isolated up top. Let's see if they try something here. No safety help over there. 3 receivers down low. Smith dumping it off. Screen pass. Across the 25, still on his feet. Bedford across the 30 to the 32-yard line. 4th down and 5. Got to go for it, right?
I don't think so. Not yet. Not yet. And we're on our side of the field. So I agree with the punt here.
All right, then.
Yeah, just because of field position.
What you got, Scott?
Just wondering what the screen passes are all about when you've got ISO down here with Smith. He was wide open.
So Blackstone, the sophomore, will be just inside the 20-yard line. No return man back for the Arabian Knights. They're not coming after it. They're thinking fake. Blackstone gets the punt off. Unfortunately, does not take a good Pell City roll this time. About a 5, maybe a 6-yard roll down to the 35-yard line.
First down Knights at the 35.
Yeah, only a 33-yard punt that time. No return, though, which keeps it at a 33-yard net.
Arab looking, they were playing safe. They were looking for a fake there. They only sent 2 men after it and nobody back to return it, so Coach Lee Osment. First down and 10 for Arab now with that 9-0 lead. 8:59 left to go here in the ball game. Johnson, the quarterback, following his big uglies right side. McFadden right there.
Ed Johnson on the carry.
For the defense for Pell City, but not before he eats up 5 yards. And
you talk about him. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Adam, but you talk about him eating up 5 yards. If they continue to do that, then that's going to turn into them eating up 5 minutes really quickly on the clock, and that'll seal it. Pell City has to get the ball back, and they have to get it back quickly.
Yep, we can't allow them to get a couple of first downs on this drive. We gotta force a turnover. We got to do something here. Well, Whitehat is coming to the near sideline. I guess we had a flag, unsportsmanlike against Pell City. So that's going to be a 15-yarder. That'll march it to the 45-yard line of Pell City. Again, bonehead play. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But it was boneheaded, unsportsmanlike. You're down 9-0. You got to stop them on defense, and somebody made a dumb play out there.
Well, like I said, when we held them on 4th down, we were dangerously close to a guy letting a push get that taken away from us, and thankfully the refs just decided to let it go.
1st and 10 now for Arab. It's in Panther territory. There's the quarterback on the fake speed sweep.
Nice tackle by A.J. Wells.
Yep. On the carry, tripped up by Milton Bush.
Right there.
After a gain of about a yard, 2nd down.
Only a 1-yard gain down to the 44-yard line. That clock is ticking to our left, though. Unfortunately, it's in red. It says 7:55, and it continues to roll here in the ball game. Panthers down 9-0. Our Allen Service Company in-game stats, 210 offensive yards for Arab so far. These guys are averaging about 31 points a game, so our defense has played very well tonight. There's the pass, slant at the 40, diving down to the 34-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down. The clock stops momentarily at 7:31.
1st down at Knights.
Just a little too soft. Well, not really. I mean, he's got his man. It's just a nice cut. Made a quick, sharp cut, and defender lost the steps. Well thrown ball. Really not anybody's fault. Again, sometimes execution just wins out.
Our Allen Service Company in-game stats, 219 yards for Arab, about $160 for Pell City. Total offense for each team. Quarterback again with the keeper. Down to the 30-yard line. Again, another 5-yarder. We're going to be close to 6.5 left to go in the ball game at the next snap.
Yeah, they're just chewing it up, and a lot of that is just great play by the quarterback. Just consistent play. He hasn't been exceptionally flashy. He's just done enough to keep the chains moving, and with Pell City's offensive struggles, the one touchdown has been enough, and a good chunk of time possession to go along with that too.
Out of the pistol formation. They're burning all the clock they can. It's at 6:18. Finally get the snap off. Boom. Is that Sisson, first guy coming up from the linebacking core? It is.
Yeah, nice job. Sisson's played a good game. Comes up and makes a big pop. He'll read this one perfectly. Fills the hole. Meets the ball carrier. Boom.
Great job by Sisson there.
Yeah, even stayed with it, although the running back took the initial hit and kind of slid to the side. He slid down his body and held on to his lower legs there.
3rd down and 4 for Arab. 5:40. The clock rolls here in the ball game. Arab with a 9-0 lead. Again, the quarterback keeper. That was kind of almost a must-have, but he's able to get just about a half a yard more than he needed to move the chains.
Yeah, and outside of a defensive return for a touchdown, we're in a really, really tough spot now because they got a fresh set of downs and they're going to burn some clock here.
Yeah. Come on, somebody throw a right hook, see if they can't jar that ball loose from the quarterback. I would be surprised if anybody but number 12, Johnson, for Arab, touches the ball for the next 5:13. Empty backfield. He's got a wing there in front of him on each side. As I said, there is the speed sweep pitch to the receiver inside the 20 down to the 17. The Coosa Valley Mortgage red zone there.
And if you remember number 42, Lee Osment, kind of he really played a defensive back linebacker type position back in the late 80s and I guess maybe early 90s for Alabama. And those were those days where you didn't do anything to lose a game. And you kind of see that from his team that's out here tonight. Just clock management, playing it safe, running it. He's got it right where he wants it at this point.
Yeah, you see the coaching staff there. Coach Lee having a conversation with a white hat. He doesn't like something there. He's giving him an earful of something. And giving him the death stare as he walks away on top of that. We'll, of course, talk to Coach Lee at the end of the ball game.
I wouldn't say a poorly officiated game outside of just some terrible ball placement on some plays where, like, they literally moved the ball up a yard on the spot. Happened a couple of times for Pell City, and they were both calls that got first downs. They just pretty much scooted it right to the line of scrimmage.
And both calls, and you see Coach Lee, I mean, he wants the white hat more. The other referee has to pull Coach Lee off the field. But both of those calls you were talking about that gave crucial first downs to Arab, clearly on video it was a yard short. I mean, video showed it. Here comes a speed sweep. Quarterback keeper running right side. Hard hit right there.
Yeah,
that was
Brian Keller.
Yeah, old BK number 1. Comes a replay. Watch number 1 come up here and lay a hit. Oh, going sideways. What you got there, Scott Elliott, our Bobcat of Gadsden sideline reporter?
What I was able to find out is what the player for the 15-yard penalty said. He told the Arab player, good job, and that's what he got a 15-yard penalty for.
I'm thinking it may be more than that. But
that may be his story, and he's sticking to it.
On the quarterback keeper, spinning inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. That one, nice run by Johnson, the quarterback. Boy, what a weapon he has been, huh? Wouldn't you like to have him? Good athlete. Got a good little arm. Obviously, the legs, tough kid. How many hard hits have we seen on him? And he does a good job of avoiding really hard hits, too.
Yeah, he does do that. He doesn't take any unnecessary shots. Pell City's been a hard-hitting team tonight. I've appreciated that. He's taken every one and jumped right back up. Hats off to him.
3:40 as the clock rolls here in the ballgame. Panthers down 9-0. Second down and 4 for the Arabian Knights from the Panther 9. And this time he's going to keep it and find his way into the end zone. So with 3:26 left to go here in the ballgame, it's now a 15-0 lead for the Arabian Knights over Pell City. Awaiting the PAT.
I struggle with that mascot name a little bit. It reminds me of some of the breakdancing music I listened to back in the mid to early 80s.
And 2021.
Arabian Knights.
Jaden Coleman a little slow getting up on that play. Number 9 for Pell City. Might have seen him limping a little bit. You can see him there. He's banged up a little bit. See if he can shake that off. They're going for 2, trying to make it a 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. There's a little Tim Tebow action right there, and that one is good for 2. So that will put the game very difficult out of reach there, because that's going to be a 17-0 lead. Let's take a quick timeout. 17 Arab, nothing Pell City. It's Panther football on 94.1 FM The River.
Good Game Company has been a mainstay in St. Clair County and far beyond since 1955. A strong supporter of local schools and charities, Good Game Company is a believer in giving back to its communities. With nearly 100 employees, their projects include Honda of Alabama, Benjamin Moore, WKW, Metro Bank, and the All-American Ford. Good Game Company, proud to support local athletics and academics.
Back here at Arab High School, 231, going north from Pell City, about an hour and a half or so, right on the left-hand side of 231. Brand new facility they built about 4 or 5 years ago. Really, really nice. It's very similar. Hueytown, they have one. This is kind of almost a cookie cutter. You've seen it several others. Hueytown has one. Huffman, the same thing. Same press box, same metal stands on each side. You got the track around it. Very, very nice setup, though. So the Arabian Knights now with a 17-0 lead in this fourth quarter with 3:26 left to go. They're going to punt it out of bounds, and Pell City will take possession at the 35-yard line. Got a timeout. Somebody call a timeout after that kickoff? No, here we go.
Lee Osmond recruited to Alabama by Ray Perkins out of Anderson, South Carolina. Played for Bill Curry.
now the head coach here at Arab High School. He was an assistant, I think before here, an assistant at Oxford High School. And is it Glencoe? Is that where he was for about a decade? A lot of success in Glencoe. Pretty sure that was it. 1st and 10 for Baylor. Smith at quarterback, down 17-0. Smith just going to throw it in the dirt, just trying to get rid of it. Stops the clock at 3:20. Caleb Gross out there blocking. It was a little decoy screen up top. I don't know where they wanted to go from there, but didn't work. Second down and 10 now for Arab. For Pell City at Arab. Down 17-0. 3:20 left to go here. There's the quick pass, far side. Going to be taken by Borden across the 40. First down for Borden is pushed out of bounds at the 47, 48-yard line. A Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop first down there.
Gain is to the 48-yard line. Gain of 13. First down, Pell City.
Smitty up top by himself at wide receiver, 3 down low. A little bit of safety help over up top. Smith rolling to the near side. Gets rid of one defender, and he's going to be brought down at the 40.
Taylor Smith is taken down by Connor Knighton. Back at the
So the clock now under 3 left to go on second down and long after that sack. That's going to be about an 8-yard loss there. We'll be at 2.5 by the time we get the next snap off. Hey, don't forget, we're going to be all back home. Our final game at home, Springville, will be at Pell City High School at Pete Rich Stadium next Friday. Our last 7 games, 6 of those 7 on the road. So chapter 1 of the trifecta on the road completed tonight. We go back home to Springville, hosting Springville next week. And then chapter 2 of the trifecta on the road. We're going north for these final 3.
Just across the 45-yard.
Got to have must-win scenarios, too, for Pell City for the final 3 region games. Springville next week, Fort Payne, Scottsboro, to have any shot at making a little playoff scenario there. 2:20 left to go here in the ball game. Panthers down 17-0. Have I lost you? Lost my color guy. There's the throw complete. Gross. That Gross's first catch of the night?
Maybe. It'll bring up a 4th down. I'm back with you, man.
All right. Good to have you.
I was just reading about
Coach Osmond.
Coach Osmond. Somebody sent me a text, All-American at Alabama. They're 86 through 89. Those are back in the big shoulder pad days.
Uh-huh. Tearaway jerseys.
I don't know about that.
Come on, man.
That's the early 80s. That's like Major Ogilvy, 1980, 81.
Smith looking deep. There's going to be a pass interference. That'll give us 15 yards right there. It'll be on 4th and 3. That'll give us a Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop first down.
Yeah, and the guys, it looked to me like they got their feet tangled up, so we could have been a no call. Glad they gave us the call.
Looking for Gross. That's who he was intending the pass for.
The call against the Knights.
Arab student section does not approve of the call.
15 yards stepped off to the 30. First down, Pell City.
So the 3 receivers up top. In the slot, it's Borden. The middle receiver is Carlos Herring. Up top is Colin Smith, Angler of the Year, by the way, for the Panther fishing team. Smith rolling. There's the pass. What a great catch on the near side. Nice catch by Kentrell Borden. That's going to be enough for a Main Street Drugs and Gift Shop first down.
Kentrell Borden. First and goal.
You see the tail end of it. Kentrell right there calling for the ball, calling for it. And Smith gets it just inside. Great job getting that right foot.
Nice play by Kentrell Borden. Good throw by Smith.
1:27 left to go in the ball game. Here comes a blitz. The Panthers pick it up, throwing far outside. Getting rid of the defender, and does he get across? Yes! Just inside the pylon, the Pell City Panthers get across. That's Carlos Herring, and the Panthers down 17-6, awaiting the conversion.
Nice to see him get a touchdown. He's played hard on defense tonight. As I have to be the play-by-play.
I can't see the numbers, man.
Color.
Going to petition for new away jerseys.
Yeah, the gold numbers on white are tough, and I have to help Adam out because I got the binoculars over here.
Yeah. Right now, Southside on top of Springville 13-6. Don't forget, we also live streamed that game. That one is in the fourth quarter. Southside with the ball. Two-point conversion, no good. Smitty looking for a PI call out of the referee right behind him, and not there. Even Tiffany says that was a pass interference. Let's see what we got. Let's watch this thing again. There's Smitty with the pink socks on.
And potentially, you got the old uncatchable. It was high. I don't know if the pass would have been catchable. Didn't get the call anyway.
The Panthers trying 65 yards. Neat play.
1:18 left to go in the ball game.
Baylor Smith.
It is Arab 17, Pell City 6. When's the last time we saw an onside kick? Guessing we're going to see one right here. Guessing we'll see 14 and 2 and 5 somewhere on the same side of the field on this kickoff.
You know, that's why you've got to credit Coach Lee Osment for getting the two-point conversion. I mean, you just don't take any chances. Had 9 points after the touchdown and safety. They got 15. 16 points is still a two-possession game. He decides to go for 2, gets it to 17. So even if we were to get the onside kick, we still need 2 more touchdowns at this point. Or I should say 2 more scores. We could tie it if we got a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and then a field goal. That'd be some pretty serious comeback right there if we were able to pull that off all in a minute and 18 seconds.
See the onside kick. Let's go ahead and get tight. We're going up top. Let's get tight on this one. It's pretty obvious that Blackstone probably going to kick it up there. You see 11 Sisson, 14 Smitty. You see 1 Brian Keller up there. I'm guessing, see 12 Gross up there. So the sophomore. We got a timeout. See on the bottom right-hand side of the screen.
Timeout on the field.
Yeah, timeout. Let's take a timeout with them. 1:18 left to go. Onside kick when we come back. It's Panther football on 94.1 The River.
Whether you need storage for a jet ski or a full-size RV, Dooley's Boat and RV Storage is the only name you need to know. Offering the largest covered storage around Logan Martin Lake, they have 24/7 gated access and running state-of-the-art surveillance cameras. All units have power and water's available, and they also offer by-the-foot storage for jet skis and small vehicles. Dooley's Boat and RV Storage, Highway 231 South at 160 Lakeshore Drive in Cropwell.
Back here at Arab High School. The Arabian Nights 17, Pell City 6 on this big region matchup.
Are you making up the Arabian part?
No, Arabian Nights, man. You go to their gym, they've got a
They're
night
the
on a
Arab
horse.
Arabian Nights.
The Arabian Nights, man.
I even hear their PA guy call them the Knights, and it's just you calling them the Arabian Nights.
I call them the Arabian Nights. Sounds cooler.
You remember the rap classic Electric Kingdom? Was that by the Arabian Nights back in 82 or 80?
You make fun of me for liking Tiffany and Debbie Gibson? Come on, man.
Oh, I'll still take Electric Kingdom over Tiffany or Debbie Gibson.
Take camera 2 off of that. Everything up there. Yeah, we're going to let's see. Is that
Cover low, cover low.
all right, let's see where we're going this time. Blackstone's going to kick down low. He's going to kick down low.
Well, no, I don't think Blackstone's going to kick.
You don't think so? Yeah,
it is.
Here
it
comes.
is.
A little trickeration there. I think somebody went across the line. They had Sailor Richard give the indication that she was going to kick up high. She goes by it, and I think she went past the line of scrimmage maybe. I'd have to look at it again. Let's see what we got. And then when Blackstone kicked it, I think she stepped. And then we might have a late hit. I think we might have a couple of penalties here.
We got
I don't know.
We got Sisson doing a lot of talking to number 7. 7 doing a lot of talking back to Sisson.
All right, there's one. That is going to be illegal procedure against Pell City and a personal foul against Pell City. So,
telling you, start talking trash to Drew Sisson, you better have had a good supper tonight.
Yep. All right, so we've done away with the trickeration. It looks every indication we're kicking up top this time, so we can go tight this time on top. Sailor has come out, and now they finally march off the yardage for the personal foul and the false start.
Timeout on the field. Timeout, Pell City.
And the Panthers are going to call a timeout.
My son, he's 20 years old. He's in college. He's a Marine. I said, hey, did you ever know Drew Sisson when you were in high school? He's like, yeah, I work out with that kid sometimes. He scares me. That was his quote about Drew Sisson.
He scares you.
He's a scary kid.
1:17 shows on the clock here in the ballgame. Panthers have to have a lot of magic. They're going to need Olivia Newton-John on skates and Xanadu singing "Have to Believe We Are Magic," I think, to come back from the 17-6 deficit with 1:17 left to go, which, by the way, Olivia Newton-John had a birthday earlier this week.
Please don't remind us because you did all week.
73, I think, something like that. Come on, man. Y'all know you like Olivia. Is there anything better than Olivia Newton-John on skates? Singing? With her feathered hair? That's what I thought. Y'all be quiet now.
In the 80s when she had her leg warmers, but not now.
She's still a looker. Come on. Here we go. It's been a long last 10 minutes of this ball game. Break out some old Navy stories. Y'all going to be in trouble. Here we go. Panthers down 17-6, 1:17 left to go in the ball game. Let's see where Blackstone goes. Oh, he's going to try a pooch kick, trying to find the middle of the field to see if the Panthers can get it. Oh, man, they got close. Didn't happen, though, so just a couple of kneel downs here for Arab, and it should end it.
For the Knights. At about the 47-yard line of Pell City, first down.
Just trying to find that soft spot behind that initial line there, and Jake does a good job finding it, but just a little bit too deep. Panthers can't get to it in time. Now we'll talk to Coach Wayne Lee coming up at the end of the ball game. And stuffing up the middle. Looks like McFadden there.
Matthew Swain on the stop.
Is that Swain or McFadden? That might be Swain. It is.
Yeah, big Matthew Swain on the tackle there. Slamming the ball carrier to the ground.
45 seconds left to go. One more snap, and it will be it. They let it roll down to about 2 seconds. They should have enough for one more snap. Now they got enough right here, so they can snap it. Ooh, hard hit. Another hard hit by number 11, Drew Sisson. I don't know if we got that or not, but here's a hard one. Let's see this one right here, the end of the play.
Yeah, he hit him hard enough to kid jumps up and gives him the old scoreboard point. If you'll watch here, number 3 will pop up and do a little scoreboard point saying, hey, all right, you got the lick on me.
Time will expire.
All right, so that's going to be the end of the ball game. That'll take us to zeros. 17-6, the final score. Arab over Pell City. Man, you just look back at some of the plays, especially in the first half, that, you say, what if this didn't happen? What if that happened? But still a well-played ball game, especially defensively for the Pell City Panthers. Kept the Panthers in the ball game. The offense, the special teams, at times special teams were shining. At times they weren't shining. And, one of the things you got to remember, you look at the kids over there on the screen, they're shaking hands. Most of those kids, or at least some of them, they can't even drive yet. Sometimes we got to remember that. These are just kids out there playing ball. And we're appreciative of that. That's why sometimes we say just a bit outside, ball 4. So we'll talk to Coach Lee coming up. So we'll take the bus ride back about an hour and a half. We'll talk to Coach Lee right at the end. I'll tell you what, let's get our last timeout out of the way right here. And when we come back, we'll talk to Coach Lee. All right, here we go. Final score, Arab 17, Pell City 6. Stick around. We'll talk to Coach Lee when we come back. It's Panther football on 94.1 The River.
When fire and water threaten your home, hand the cleanup over to the team that stays with you every step of the way in your journey back. ServPro, like it never even happened.
At Pell City Internal and Family Medicine, we provide a full range of healthcare solutions for all of your family members, from newborns to senior adults, with our board-certified physicians and medical professionals. Established in 2012, Dr. Barry Collins, Dr. Rick Jatani, and Dr. Alinka Presakaru are here to serve your medical needs now and into the future. Open 7 days a week at 41 Eminence Way in Pell City. Call 205-884-9000 or pcifm.com.
Discover the Diversicare difference at Diversicare Pell City, where we are a respected provider of post-acute healthcare services. Whether your medical needs are short-stay rehabilitation, complex medical care, or long-term care, Diversicare Pell City has a comprehensive team that is trained to administer high-quality healthcare. If you would like to learn more about Diversicare Pell City, call 205-338-3329 or visit diversicareofpellcity.com.
This is Teresa Carden with Lake Home Loans at Classic Home Mortgage. Our team works together to carry you to your goal to purchase or refinance for better rates, shorter terms, or cash out, or all three. Good luck to the Pell City Panthers for a winning season. Play-by-play and working together, you can win. Let our team take you play-by-play to your home loan goals. Teresa Carden, Classic Home Mortgage, 205-405-0603. That's 205-405-0603.
Since 2002, State Representative Randy Wood has been serving the people of District 36 with pride and integrity. Randy Wood also knows what it's like to run a small business, having owned and operated Wood's Auto Body Shop for years. And Randy also served in the Alabama National Guard. State Representative Randy Wood, a proud supporter of athletic and academic excellence in Alabama schools. And go Panthers!
We are back here at Arab. Final score, the Arabian Nights 17, the Pell City Panthers 6. And we will get a word in with Coach Wayne Lee coming up in just a second. He had a nice group prayer in the middle of the field between Arab and Pell City after the handshakes, and now Coach going to be talking with the Pell City Panthers. As soon as he gets done with that, we'll talk to Coach Lee. You want to take a look at our Allen Service Company end-of-game stats right here.
Yeah, Pell City's Baylor Smith was 19 of 28 through the air for 146 yards. Had the 2 interceptions. 14 of 62 on the ground for Pell City.
That's with 4 yards a rush-ish.
Yeah, not bad running the football. We just couldn't keep drives alive enough, sustained drives. Individually, looking at Pell City, getting an adjustment on the screen. Kentrell Borden had 6 receptions for 66 yards. Smith had a couple of catches for 20 yards. Gross had 2 catches for 13 yards.
I'll tell you what, we'll look at the stats here in just a second, get Coach hooked up and get a quick word with Coach. Coach, you got us all right?
Hey, yes, sir.
Man, hey, look, defense played outstanding tonight. Let's start with that. We'll start with the positive. How's that?
Yeah. No, I thought so, too. They battled. They fought tonight. I mean, that's what I just told them just now. I said, look, guys, I said, keep your heads up. I said, this one right here we can build off of right here, moving on. I mean, it's, this one would have been a real big one to get right there. And I still think it was possible. We just made too many mistakes in that first half. And really for the game right there, mistakes were the thing right there. But, yeah, I was really proud of them tonight. I finally feel like we fought for 4 quarters tonight.
Yeah, Coach, I thought the positive was just that. We had the top team in the region, and we're in the game virtually the entire game, maybe minus the late score.
Yeah.
Okay? But then the negative, we even could have had it more of a game if we don't shoot ourselves in the foot.
Absolutely. I mean, we make a mistake right down here on the punt. We should have never fielded that ball, let it go in the end zone. And then, obviously I never want to get a punt block, but in that situation, we had almost talked on the sidelines about taking the safety anyway right there in that situation. So that wasn't bad, but, that whole thing, that was 9 points right there. And again, that was a big swing right there. And then when we get to big kickoff return right there down to the 10-yard line and throw an interception next play, that hurt bad.
Yeah, that's there were, and like Lance just said, it's just there were several every time momentum got going, especially on offense, man.
Yes.
I mean, we don't have any toes left. We shot ourselves in the foot so many times.
Yes,
tonight.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you what. I mean, I'm not. This is not an excuse, but some of the explanations I got out of the officials tonight were unbelievable.
Coach, you're going to even be a little more disturbed when we've got it on video for our audience. Clearly, the ball being moved a yard when it was a 3rd and short, and they spotted it. They gave them a yard on 2 different occasions.
Well, and one of them we get to 15-yard, and this is actually what the official said. The official said, no, Coach, he got a 15-yard because he told me I missed the spot that it was a yard back right here.
Wow.
And he threw a 15-yard on that. That's hard to swallow right there. That's just, obviously we got to keep our mouth shut, but that's just my kid fighting out there, man. I'm not totally upset about that.
Well, Coach, y'all have safe travels back.
Hey, yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach. See you, man. Back in the friendly confines of Pete Rich Stadium next week. Finally, again, 7 games. Our final 7 games, only one of them is going to be at Pete Rich, and it's next week, and then we go 3 up to North Alabama after that. So, oh, man, it's just it's again, one of the rare times when in pregame, what I say actually kind of comes to fruition of if we battle, if we execute well, and the plays are called, then I think we're in this thing and we can upset them. Unfortunately, the defense played really, really well. They bend, but they didn't break when they didn't need to. And like we just talked about with Coach, on offense and special teams, just some bad choices and some bad decisions, wound up with this L.
Yeah. Just like I was talking to Coach, the positive that we can take away from this is we just played a solid game against the top team in the region. So we can't forget that. 17-6, and that score kind of tells the whole story. It was a 9-0 game for all, the better part of the game. It laid into the 4th quarter. The problem is offensively, we're not explosive. We have a low margin of error from the start. So if we make those errors, we're just not going to have opportunities all night where we can overcome it, and that's how we end up with just 6 points on the board. and in a game that we probably needed 20 points. And we got to figure that out. I mean, if we can play the top team in the region this close, hopefully, like Coach said, we can build on it and finish out strong and score some more points. But, again, that 20-point threshold offensively changes the scope of things. You can win games when you score 20 points. And when you don't, when you get in that 14 and below, it's really hard to have enough points to win, even when you have a good defensive effort.
Yeah, do want to remind you that our other live stream, and we're not trying to push you away from here, especially if you're a Panther fan, but our other live stream is Springville, and they are at Springville. They're knotted in a good one right now. It's Southside 13, Springville 6, with about 45 seconds left to go. Springville with the ball just about midfield, and you can look that up on YouTube or Facebook. Those channels, Springville Athletics on the River, Springville Athletics on the River, and there is a first down and more. Wow, inside the 30, the 25. So if you want to go check that out, Springville Athletics on the River, a doozy of a football game as Springville trying to make a comeback in the last minute or so at home. Springville Athletics on the River. All right, great job by everybody. Scott Elliott doing a great job on the sidelines as always. Want to thank our two camera folks. Want to thank Michael, my son, and Madison. Great job there. Alan doing our stats tonight. We appreciate you, Alan. Doing them solo as well. So great job, Alan Rowan. Tiffany stuttered. Yay, great job, Tiffany. She only punched me 3 times over here because I'm touching the screen when I shouldn't. And my man, Lance Bowman. Before we let it go, y'all, we got to get a Metro Bank player of the game. I'm looking at you. I'm not on the offensive side. I think it's safe to say that, right?
Yeah, it was, we struggled offensively. Nobody put up, huge numbers. So it makes me want to look on the defensive side. And just being honest, the main defender that caught my eye was just kind of predictable was Sisson. So I'm gonna nominate Sisson, but you may not want to give him another one. We've already
I'm good with it too, man. He had some slobber knockers out there, and the quarterback Johnson was really, really good. Here's a couple of hits here by 11 Sisson right there. Just solid. Just solid. If he gets his hands, arms on you, you're not going to get away from number 11. So our Metro Bank player of the game, number 11, Drew Sisson. Great job there by the young man again, and we've called his name out a lot every single game. He is just a junior, so we get him for another year. So that's going to wrap it up. Again, thanks for the entire broadcast crew. I'm Adam Stocks. We are back at Pete Rich Stadium next Friday hosting Springville, and again, a great game going on our other live stream. If you want to go to Facebook or YouTube, Springville making a comeback in the last 30 seconds of the game. Check it out on Springville Athletics on the River. I'm Adam Stocks.